Hey, for 5 seconds, he was there.
Excellent.
You don't know what you're doing.
Welcome to an all-new episode of Much to Do About Nothing. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you guys had a great 2022 and are ready to embrace 2023. I know for GVN it's going to be a massive year in 2023. Massive. So I cannot wait. And this is our first show of the new year. Glad to have everybody here. We got some rumor mills to talk to you guys about today. Kind of just want to kind of throw out some of these rumors, kind of let you know what to kind of put your faith in, what to kind of just completely ignore, you know, all those good things. And that's Joel loves that. He loves being able to tell you guys what to not give a fuck about. So we're going to lean on Joel a lot for some of these rumors. So it'll be both from Marvel and DC. But like I said, we got a fun show for you guys. A few more people will be joining in before the end of the show. If you guys are watching, thank you for tuning in, whether it's from YouTube or Twitch. Our Twitch has started growing pretty rapidly, so we appreciate you guys for that. Thank you very much. And before we jump into it, let me introduce my panel. Starting off with Didge. What up, Didge?
What's up? Please reference me as the full name, please.
Oh my god!
Why would I call you that? I'm gonna let you know right now. You won't get that the same way AJ won't get that. Just so you know.
I just wanted to let you guys know that I won that league.
Okay.
As I told you I would at the beginning of the year.
It's so wild because this isn't a sports show. Yeah, it's so crazy.
I know, but I
it's about sport.
Tell you.
Super Bowl stuff? What is this?
Did you say Super Bowl stuff? I like how you said that, Trevon. I love how you just said that just now. But yeah,
I'm doing well.
No, now it doesn't matter. No, you wrote it. Now it doesn't matter. No, it's okay. It does not, now it doesn't matter. You talked about beating me in fantasy football, so now how you're doing doesn't matter. Didge is still in 2022. Yeah, so Didge is still stuck in 2022. There's a game tonight. So we're gonna go ahead and ignore him and move forward. But no, it's good to have you, Didge. Good to have you, man. Here. Joel, the keeper of timelines and rumors. That is it. It seems like he grows per day. Every Monday.
Expanding on your skills, Joel.
Yeah, every Monday it kind of expands itself. So, you know, you guys, you do what you got to do over there, Joel. Next up, Trevon. What's going on, Trevon?
Hi, everybody. I made it 2023. Yeah.
I made it. Did you not think you were going to make it through the year?
Was there doubt?
You said that shit like Tupac.
Saturday, I don't know, man.
Coming after you?
Goodness gracious, Trevon. Well, we are glad you are here. This show would not be what it is without you, Trevon. So we are glad you're good and you're here. Because you definitely said that shit like Tupac.
Yeah. I know. Are you okay? Like, do we need to call someone for you?
Was it a narrow escape, or
are you preparing for a gang war? Like,
do you have enemies that we need to know about?
Do you still have to look out in 2022?
I do have a few enemies, but
are you in the middle of a Biggie and Tupac beef, or like what is happening here? Like, what's going on? I'm just saying, you watch Interview with a Vampire. Now you're talking about, I'm glad to be here. What's that show doing to you, Trevon? What's that shit doing to you? And now you got Mayfair witches and shit. What's happening over there, Trevon? I'm just saying, slow it down. Because you got my boy Joel watching this shit, all right? Whatever it's doing for you, don't let that shit spread now, Trevon. You tell us what's going on now, okay? All right?
I'm not a vampire yet, so.
All right. Yeah. We know you're aspiring to be. We know you are. We know that's on your to-do list. We know.
2023 goals.
Hilarious to have a to-do list to become a vampire.
You're just searching through, what didn't I do this year? Vampire. That's the last thing. That's it. Let me complete that circle. But no, all jokes aside, Trevon, we're glad you're here, man. All jokes aside. Definitely need you to do this pod, man. Next up, the phoniest goat. The phoniest goat I've ever seen in my life. Phony goat himself. I don't even know why his avatar is Michael B. Jordan. I don't like what you're trying to project here, AJ. Okay? All right? But what's going on, AJ?
It's already been a great year for me. Happy New Year's to everybody, by the way. I wasn't here in the last... Huh?
I just wanted to say we're only 2 days in. Like, are you already setting the bar? Like, there's nothing that can be better?
I wasn't here in the last podcast, okay? So I'm just saying Happy New Year's to everybody.
Gotcha.
There you go.
I get you. But you did say it's already been a great year. It's only been 2 days.
It has for me. I made like $500 on betting on like 4 NFL games. So it's already been
okay. All right.
Cool.
Okay.
That is great.
If we're talking about betting, also.
Huh.
So we're just gonna keep talking sports on a geek
Got a
podcast.
couple
Is that what we're
gamblers
doing?
in here.
We're just gonna keep doing that? Okay, no problem. Let's see what we got here. People out here trying to stop Trevon's chaos. You gotta watch his back. Yeah, you gotta watch your back, Trevon. They coming for that chaos magic. You saw what they did to Wanda. You saw it.
Yeah, I know.
You saw that shit.
He will hex you.
I'm just saying. You know, watch out. Last but definitely not least, the keeper of the timeline, the ruler of all rumors, Joel. What's going on, Joel?
What's going on? Happy New Year. And I officially won my 3rd place in the fantasy football league. So
I won more than 0 games. So yeah.
So is that one game?
I'm not here to brag. No, it's actually quite a few games. It's actually 2 wins short. No, I'm sorry. 1 win or 2 wins short of Didge is all I'm saying. I'm just putting that out there.
But I won where it matters. That's all that matters.
Yeah, but I was projected to never win a game ever, and I did. So suck it. Just saying. There you go. All right,
expectations.
I really did. Oh, goddamn, the game just started and Joe Burrow already scored? That's my motherfucker right there. All right, guys, let's get into this rumor mill. Let's start off with some of these Marvel rumors. Now, some of these rumors are from a good friend of ours, My Time to Shine. Hello. Some of them are from Can We Get Some Toast? Is that it, Joel? Am I saying it right?
I believe so.
Can we get some toast? Yeah, I wrote it down.
Wait, say that again? Can we get some toes?
Yeah.
Toast.
Okay.
Toast.
I thought you said toes.
You were thinking toes this entire time?
I was thinking toes. I thought you were saying toes for a second.
Okay. Now, the funny thing about that is I definitely sent the topics where the name is in the said topics.
I didn't read the topics. That was too long. It was too long.
I figured. I mean, literally a sentence per line. That was literally it.
It was too long. I was like, I'll just get it.
All right,
I'll
cool.
just
No
get
problem.
it from the podcast. That's okay.
No problem. So we'll go to you last for all of these. All right. So let's start this off. Let's jump right into it. All right. I'm trying to see, Joel. Which one should I start with? Should I start with something just light?
Start whatever. I mean,
I'll start with something light. So one of the ones from My Time to Shine, hello, is that Liv Tyler is in talks to come back as Betty Ross. That was very much okay. I kind of viewed it the same way when the Scoopers originally said that Natalie Portman was going to be back as Jane. Before they said, obviously her being a whole Thor and everything. Right. Right. It was more so just like she's coming back. And I remember feeling the same as I feel with this. Like, I don't really care. Like, it's been so long. I've moved on, right? Like, I've been okay with the idea that Bruce does not have a love interest and probably never will. So I accepted it and moved on. But it's just good to, I guess, have the full puzzle back, of that Incredible Hulk movie, minus obviously Edward Norton. So I'm like, well, I mean, we know that was only because of a passing, but he was back.
He would have been, yes.
Yeah, so he was back, so we would have had the full puzzle minus Edward Norton. Didge, I'll start with you. Liv Tyler being back, Bruce Banner possibly getting a love interest back. Does it do anything for you?
I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of that Hulk movie, but if they're going to keep parts of it keep bringing it back. It's good to see that they're trying to do most of it. All the parts that they feasibly can.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I wonder if they're gonna pull it or if they're gonna try to catch your interest the same way they did with Natalie Portman and say like, oh, she's gonna be have powers or something.
Red
will that pique your interest?
I did see that, Joel, a lot.
I saw that a lot too.
A lot.
So I wonder.
A lot.
So I wonder,
now,
did that pique your interest?
I mean,
I don't know about that.
It's one of those that's a stretch. I would have accepted it if they continued on the idea of not recasting General Ross, right? Like if they didn't recast him,
only brought her,
right? And she was looking for revenge more so against whatever happened to her dad, right? Like an accident could have led to her dad dying or anything, and it was more like a revenge thing of her taking the serum to avenge her dad. I could have accepted that. I could have accepted it. I wouldn't have been upset with it. But now that we actually have a Thunderbolt Ross, no, I don't know. That to me is redundant.
Unless they try to pull the same storyline, Harrison Ford's not huge on sticking along with franchise. True. He doesn't like to do that. So what if Marvel was like, look, we just need you to die?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Here's the only reason why I don't think Harrison Ford will have an issue. I believe by the end of this new Captain America movie, he will be Red Hulk permanently. And the motherfucker's just a voice. Right. I think he'll just be a voice going forward. So he might not even have to leave his home.
That's also fair. I didn't think about it that way.
That's probably why they pitched it to him.
That's my exact thought, Trevon, that they said, hey, we saw that shit you put Star Wars through. You're only a voice. And he's like, well, I can do that shit. You can sign me up now.
Well, that's what I was thinking, similar with him dying. It's hey, we just need you to come back to die.
No.
You're here for half a movie. Here's a paycheck.
No. To me, if you brought this man in just for the idea to kill him off in the first time we see him, I would say you could have just killed him off screen, and we could have went about our day. There's
no y'all would have been mad as hell now. Come on.
No, for Thunderbolt Ross? No. To me, Thunderbolt Ross, if you're saying that the actor that was playing him passed away and you don't want to use the character anymore, I'm not that invested in Thunderbolt Ross, mainly because Bruce does not have singular movies. So I'm like, to me, Thunderbolt is only as important as whatever the fuck Bruce is doing. But if Bruce is always doing Avengers shit,
think they were gonna skip that? One more big name to draw you in? No.
Well, if that's what it takes, guys, if that's what you think it takes nowadays, Marvel, God bless you. But if they went that route, Didge, to where it was more of like an avenging, I would have no issue with that. But if her dad's around long term, nah, I don't need both.
Fair. I'm curious of what they're going to do. But like I said, because I wasn't a huge fan of the movie, I didn't really care whether or not she came back. It wasn't like I was like, oh yeah, she needed to come back, and it wasn't like, oh yeah, she needed to go. It was just like, okay, since they're bringing in as much as they can from that movie, it makes sense. So I was like, all right.
Consistency.
Shit, yeah. You thought Thor was lonely with all that time he had without Jane. What the fuck y'all think Bruce been going through? Even though Bruce been getting into some shit. He got a whole son.
Hold on, wait. Bruce got a wife. He's fine.
Time out. We got to be fair. That might have been Hulk fucking out there. That might have been Hulk. That might have been the timeline where Bruce woke up. Remember, Bruce woke up and he asked Thor, what the fuck happened? And Thor was like, you've been Hulk for a long time, buddy. He was like, oh shit, again? I don't even remember it, dog. I don't even remember it. Hulk was getting into some genes in that time span. I'm just saying. That's clearly what happened. And Bruce is just accepting the kid. Like, fuck it. It's mine. I'll take responsibility.
I mean,
but that's Bruce's kid. That shit ain't Bruce's kid. That's the Hulk's kid. It's two different people. That's all I'm saying. Two different people. I'm just putting it out there.
Just sharing the same body, I guess.
That's it. I mean, that's it. The fuck?
They only share the same DNA.
That's it. But fingerprints and shit matter, right? No? Okay. Welcoming in Jamie. What's going on, Jamie? Happy New Year.
Yeah, happy New Year to everybody. Glad to be here. You know, had to be here for the start of the year, obviously.
Absolutely.
I'm glad to be chatting with y'all. A lot of this stuff we got on the docket, I'm like, I don't even know about this. So I'm interested to see what the chat has to say about it.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'll start with. I'll go to you now on this one. Obviously, Liv Tyler from the Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton. She looks to be on her way back, according to this rumor. Do you remember that movie? Were you fond of that movie, or what are your thoughts about her possibly returning?
Yeah, I believe I remember that movie. If it's the Incredible Hulk stuff, then yeah, I definitely do, because I think that's the more superior version of the Hulk.
Yes.
And yeah, I'd definitely be open to her coming back into the MCU, or I guess officially into the MCU, and seeing if we can make some things happen. The more that we have of the original Hulk, the better, in my opinion. So
we're only a step closer to the Hulk actually returning back to glory. We're a step closer. We just need the pieces of the puzzle. But yeah, I mean, that to me was, I won't say the superior, because I went back rewatching like whatever the Hulk was in the MCU after that. I didn't mind him in Avengers. I thought, yes, it's different, but it's not drastically different. It wasn't until after that that it started to dwindle downhill to where I was just like, I don't like this. I don't like
more
this.
Probably superior to the Ang Lee Hulk, we could say.
That's what I thought you were about
Joel,
to say.
there is nothing a Hulk could do that wouldn't be superior to that bullshit.
I thought you were about to say, I wouldn't say it's superior. When you stopped, I was sure you were about to say the L3 one, and I was going to leave the chat. I was
Nah. Those words don't come out of my mouth. But Trevon, with Liv Tyler coming back in front of everybody, with the world listening, can you finally admit what it seems like all of us know, but you won't admit to it, that that Hulk movie is canon? Will you finally admit that? Because Juwaan, he's been fighting it for forever now.
To me, they are not. But I'm happy for y'all that y'all think it is. So,
anyway, Tony Stark was in the movie.
Like, I don't remember that. Look,
he was in the end credit scene.
Let me tell you something. Every time y'all talk about Edward Norton, right? I don't know what I don't know what the man looked like. So when y'all said that, right?
Oh, so because he got recasted, he's not.
I just
War Machine hasn't been around for a long time either.
I just don't know what it looks like. I just recently found out what it looks like when I watched Knives Out 2. I said, "Oh, that's Edward Norton." Okay, all right. Now I know what he looks like, and that's as far as I got. So I just don't. I don't care about this. Like, yay for her, I guess. We'll come back. Yay. Yeah. Hopefully they got some explaining to do, because I ain't going back watching that movie. So yeah, so they better explain who she is.
Yeah, I'm not going.
Wait, who she is?
Yep.
You don't know who Betty Ross is?
I mean, I heard the name before. Sure.
You never watched the movie? You never watched the movie?
Hold on. Hold on, Drew.
I've seen it.
No, hold on.
Seen it.
I have to ask you this. Since you just watched the Glass Onion movie, right, where it's about being a good detective, can you at least put the pieces together that her dad is General Ross?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So then can you kind of just put together that she was dating Bruce, and that was one of the reasons why Thaddeus Ross did not like Bruce?
Sure. That's fine.
Then there you go. You don't need anything else. That's it. That's the crescendo of her character. That's it. That is her whole sole purpose. She loves Bruce. Daddy hates Bruce for it. That's it. That's really it. You don't really need anything else.
A long time.
Again, Hulk hasn't had a solo movie, so there hasn't really been a need to necessarily bring her in. So I think you can kind of just classify it as she's been minding her own fucking business. I guess. I don't really know. I don't know. I mean, Bruce has been in 2 different love things
been chilling.
since. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce went to go live his life. So. But yeah, that's really all you need to know, Trevon. Former lover of Bruce Banner. That's it.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying that's her identity. I'm not trying to say that's all she is a lover of Bruce. She is a brilliant genius, right? Like she's just as smart as Bruce Banner is.
Okay.
But that's really all you need is a background to her character. That's really that's it. But yes, I had to throw that in there, Joel, because he kept saying that it wasn't canon, even though we've seen Ross from it, we've seen Abomination from it. Tony Stark was in it. I don't know how much more connected it could be.
That's gonna be the leader is coming back.
MCU
The guy that was a leader was in it.
That's it.
It's coming.
So you just skip over it.
Absolutely.
And it's only because of the recasting.
I know. I just don't care. I just don't consider
well, that's
them part of
different
it.
than like to ignore, like pretending it doesn't exist. That's just you just.
So you didn't like the movie, is what you're saying?
I just do not consider them part of the MCU to me. So that's just how.
Because he was recasted.
I don't know. It's just something I just did not watch. I just don't
to be fair, there are two different types of Hulks, though.
I don't know. Like it's just something I just do not watch.
Hey, AJ, you're making a whole separate point. All we're trying to say is that it's in the MCU. That was it.
Well, I agree with you on that, but I was arguing for my point of okay.
That was it. Is that it's just in the MCU? That was it. I don't know why Trevon fights that so hard. But, I mean, he did get on stage and kind of just like presented it and everything. But okay. Hopefully, Trevon, with this Captain America movie, when it puts in all the ingredients of that Incredible Hulk movie, maybe you can take it better from a Captain America movie than from an Incredible Hulk movie.
Sure.
Because it's literally an Incredible Hulk movie with Captain America. Is what it's starting to fizzle out to be. If I'm being honest with you, you got the leader, you got the Red Hulk. Like it's starting to fizzle out to be just an Incredible Hulk movie. With I wouldn't be shocked if tomorrow we heard a rumor that fucking Bruce Banner is in this shit. I mean, it's the only thing that seems like it's missing.
Like, inevitable at this point,
right? I mean, you're just making a movie for him. You know what? It's starting to seem more and more like Joel, how they took Ragnarok, right? Which was technically Planet Hulk, and just made it a Ragnarok movie with like specks of Planet Hulk, right? But that was the backdoor way of doing a Hulk solo. It seems like what they're doing with this.
Kind of like what they did with Civil War, where it's really the Cap movie, but there's a lot of Iron Man.
And Multiverse of Madness was really Scarlet Witch movie.
There you go. The Doctor Strange.
Yeah, if you believe what Campio was saying, he was alluding to. It was originally going to be a Wanda movie about Wanda versus Chthon.
Damn. What just happened?
Marvel Sniper came in.
Right.
Did it.
Marvel said, nope, cut him out.
Oh.
Cut him out.
Are we
getting out?
Are we one by one? Let's see who's going to be the last remaining.
Trayvon, what'd you do? Trayvon,
I didn't
what
do
did
anything. That's Wanda's chaos factor, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
Oh shit!
Probably like you talking too much.
One by one, we're gonna all just go.
It was Kevin Feige. Turn that shit off. Get him out of there. You talking too much.
What I did, Kevin over here.
I don't even want to bring up the rumor just in case. I saw that too.
Well, we can move on from the fucking whole rumor.
I don't know if I would have.
That is so.
What's
funny.
the next rumor?
Wow, that's funny.
Jamie don't know what's going on either.
What happened to them?
Man.
Wow.
Okay, we're coming back.
Sorry about that.
You gotta get Jamie back in here.
Yeah, I got you, Jamie. It just cut off. I don't know what the hell happened.
Kevin sniped him out.
Kevin Feige.
That was so weird. I acted like my internet cut out or something, but I refreshed. I came back.
Here's the crazy part. It said that mine did. So it's like I don't know what happened, and it just reloaded. But anyway, all right. Well, let's pass it on, Joel. Your thoughts on Liv Tyler possibly being back?
I'm cool with it. I like it. I mean, she was fine as Betty. If she comes back, cool. I like it. I have no issue.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much really else to say, unless you're either against it, because
unless you don't like
it is kind of just like,
or don't like the character of Betty Ross, then maybe you'll have an issue. But if not, then I can't see why you would have. Why it would bother you at all.
I am interested that if this rumor is true, if what her dad's gone through is stops her from them bringing her back at all. Just from the media headache that would cause. But all right, AJ, Liv Tyler possibly being back. What do you think?
It's cool. It's pretty cool. I will say this. I didn't really care for the movie, the Incredible Hulk movie, but I did like their chemistry together. So if they're coming back, I'm happy. for that.
Wait. I'm sorry. You liked whose chemistry?
Betty Ross and Bruce.
You do know Mark Ruffalo never worked with Betty
But
Ross.
I just meant the
right?
character. I just meant like.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, what movie were you watching? What multiverse were you watching this?
Look, I watched them all. Okay, I watched them.
I'm
all.
like, you don't let Trevon talk you into thinking it's been Mark Ruffalo this whole goddamn time.
No.
No, it hasn't. It has not. Yeah. I mean, to me, I like it when everything is all accurate, right? So it's like Bruce not having Betty. I only had issue with that because they never explained why Bruce didn't have Betty, right? I don't mind you deciding you want the Hulk to date Natasha for whatever fucking reason you want that to happen, but just explain how I saw Betty. You brought everybody else back, but not Betty. Like, you could have recasted her. You could have done anything. You know, you just decided to ignore her. So I am very curious, not from a story standpoint more so. I'm just more so curious that if she does get casted, that when, you know, they start doing press, when they go into why they decided to bring her back. I just want to hear from them. Why now? You know, like, we could have just went throughout the entire MCU without Betty Ross at this point. So I don't need it story-wise, because to me it's not that important. But from the people making this movie, if they do bring her back, I'd like to hear from them. Why now?
Probably
It's probably
because,
something happening to her dad.
yeah, it's probably
That's what I'm assuming.
related to her dad too. Yeah,
What do you mean?
he has a bigger role
Maybe
now.
it has to. Maybe it has to be.
Oh! I'm sorry.
Maybe it has to be.
Okay,
Red
I
Hulk now,
apologize.
for some
When you said that, I'm thinking Liv Tyler's dad.
reason.
Oh, you thought real
That's
life.
that's what I'm like. What does that have to do with anything? I got you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You gotta
Okay.
start clicking, man.
It literally caught me completely off guard. I'm like, I don't understand what that has to do with
Talking about Betty
anything.
Ross.
But okay. Yeah, no, I mean, that absolutely could be true. And like we said, maybe Marvel is getting closer to striking a deal with Universal where they're able to do more solo Hulk movies
The
to
more
where
Hulk
you
shit
kind
they
of
keep
need her
bringing
to be
in,
there. So,
it's
yeah,
just likely.
I understand it. I definitely understand it. All right, let's move on. Staying with, we were talking about Captain America New World Order. Apparently, Jessica Chastain is being eyed to play the main villain in a movie that we think has numerous fucking main villains. So this will be very interesting to see how you navigate a main villain in the same with other main villains. Like, this isn't like you have a Goldar, right? But really Lord Zed's in the background. No, these are all fucking Lord Zeds. So it's like, well, no, you get what I'm saying, right, Trevon?
Yeah.
Like, Goldar is like the henchman, right?
I just thought you were about
Yeah,
to.
he's
That's
a
what
high-ranking henchman.
No, I wasn't about to shit on Power Rangers.
Okay.
I was just using the analogy of Goldar as a henchman, and the leader and Red Hulk are in henchmen.
I
Now
thought you would have
you
went
could.
Rita before Gold or before Lord Zed, but you know, teach their own.
I'm sorry, she answered to Lord Zed, so why would I?
Not in the first season.
Because he won't there.
Hey,
He won't there in the first season.
what we
She
knew
had
first,
to go get him.
what we knew first was that she was taking care of.
Technically, he was under
We-
a love spell as well. So, but
Yeah.
That is also true.
You
Yeah,
know,
but hey,
so-
once he was here, that motherfucker said, "Hey, it's my shit." Do what the fuck I say. I'm running shit.
Dead.
But yeah, so to me, I'm very curious how this works, especially because, and Joel, please correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think anyone has really kind of leaned on who she's playing. So
No,
I'm like,
we have
I
no
can't
idea.
even speculate what that character will mean in this
I
movie.
mean, it really depends on how far in, like, when does he become Red Hulk? You know, there's a lot of.
I'm thinking it might be, the leader might do something by the end of the movie.
Possibly. Yeah.
That
I mean,
turns
what-
him into Red Hulk.
what
It's like
role
an
is
end credit scene kind
The
of thing.
leader play. That's another question. And
Because to me, I kind of feel like you could say that the leader is mentally controlling whoever she is, right? To where he's using her to kind of get what he needs. To me, I can accept that, but you can't tell me that it's the leader, whoever Jessica Chastain might be playing, and the Red Hulk. That's just too much. Especially for a movie where you're telling me it's Captain America versus this motherfucker. Versus
So,
motherfucker.
Yeah,
is
but we've heard
Thunderbolts
rumors.
before this movie or after?
Is what?
Huh?
Thunderbolts before or after?
before.
I thought it was after. Because this got announced before the Thunderbolts, so that'd be
Thunderbolts
weird if
comes,
Thunderbolts got released before.
Wow, they come out like 2 months before, right after. Cap comes first, and then Thunderbolts. But literally, it's June. I mean, it's May and July.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, because I remember not long after the show, they announced that this movie was happening. That'd be weird as hell if Thunderbolts had just got announced last year. They're like, yeah, it's coming before it. It's like,
I mean,
that's weird.
Close enough. I mean,
oh no! You're absolutely right. It's not like it's a year or like 6 months apart, but
legit, like, right after the other.
Right. Didge, I'll go to you.
So that.
What are your thoughts? Oh, go ahead,
me,
Joel. I'm sorry.
To me, that clears it up even more because I'm thinking that maybe Thunderbolts first. He probably won't be Red Hulk really till later in that movie. You know what I mean?
In Thunderbolts?
No, in Cap.
Cap.
Oh, right. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I think it might be like maybe even an end credit scene.
That's what I mean. So that's why that's not really, that shouldn't be an issue. Villain-wise.
No, that's what I'm saying. Once we talked it through, I'm with you now. I'm with you now. Once we talked it through. Didge, what's your interest to see Jessica Chastain possibly enter the MCU?
Her as an actress, I'm here for. I'd like to see it. Her in this movie, I don't know. For pretty much all the same reasons you've already said. It's to DJ Vinny's point, it's gonna become Spider-Man 3, and I don't like that.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, I
like,
like
I didn't.
Oh,
but that was
no way home. We're talking about Spider-Man 3.
No,
Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3.
It's about Spider-Man 3.
No way home technically had more villains. They did more than fine.
They ain't talking about
you
no way home.
need more heroes to equate for your more villains, so
Well,
it balanced itself out.
Cap 4 is going to. He's apparently.
No, right. That's what I'm saying. When we talked it out, I'm with you, Joel. I'm not disagreeing. I'm with you.
Fight all of y'all. What are you not getting?
Before.
What are you not grasping?
I said it before I passed it to Didge. I'm with you. We talked it out. I'm with you.
You were listening with somewhere else. No, he was. All right, everyone on scene.
Go ahead, Didge.
No, I know they, like you said, they did do it in No Way Home, and there are ways where multiple villains can be done, but far too often we see it as this villain didn't get enough screen time, or if they would have fleshed out this villain a little bit more, we would have it would have been so much better. So it's just, I'm worried about that. I would much rather they use her, whatever character they're putting her for, in a better way. Like she's a great actress. It would suck if they just shortchange her. I mean, think about how they just did Christian Bale. He's a great actor, played a phenomenal role, and that was one villain when they just couldn't give him enough screen time. So that's where I'm a little worried about.
I do not necessarily disagree, but where I'll kind of split hairs here is that I don't think it'll be an issue of having too many things on screen. I think it'll be an issue of just what is her role. Me and Joel were theorizing she could be Red Skull's daughter, right? To where
Okay.
Now I was saying I wouldn't have a problem with that because I don't like the idea of having a Captain America and there's no Red Skull, right? So I'm like, if you're not going to bring back the original one that you used for Chris Evans and you're utilizing possibly another Red Skull, I don't have a problem with that. My only issue is there has to start being points where we stop just murdering villains, right? To where like these villains can possibly be used again somewhere down the line. So my only hope is that whoever she's playing, if she is indeed the villain, her character doesn't get killed off. That was the biggest thing that I hated about Shang-Chi, was like Wen-Wu was perfect. I would have loved to have seen Wen-Wu used somewhere else down the line. So the fact that he's gone is just like, I don't like that, you know? So I think that's more so my issue, Didge, of not is there too many things going on in the movie. It's that don't let it be a one and done, right? Especially if we love it, right?
Yeah,
like
too.
she's great, and then it's just like, oh, that's it. She's dead, gone, bye, y'all.
Yeah,
Like I don't
that's
like
also fair.
So for me, that's my issue because there's so many different storylines where some of these bigger name characters could be utilized somewhere else that I'm like, don't ruin it all here, you know?
Even if it's not a villain, like she's too good an actress to waste on a week
A one
villain.
and done.
Right, yeah. So I would
Well,
rather
to be
see a
fair.
character.
We've seen Fox do that already.
Well, I mean, that's not,
We've seen Fox
that
with
is not the same. And that was like a
Phoenix
movie
was oof.
that was ready to send to the sunset. So no one gave a shit at that point.
I did. I enjoyed that film, but okay.
I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed some of it.
I was gonna say
I enjoyed the end credits. That was my favorite part.
Enjoyed it is a rough. It's a rough term.
I enjoyed the action.
I thought it was cool.
Okay, I'll give you that, Joel, because that train sequence.
It's like Spider-Man 3. Like I enjoyed the action scene in Spider-Man 3.
Okay, gotcha.
I
can give you that.
The movie.
But that story was hot garbage. That story was.
Jean
hot garbage.
looked up and flew. I was over the moon. I was so happy.
I do love the simple things that that entertain you, Trevon. I do. I really do. It doesn't take much.
Oh my god! Yeah. I was so happy.
Train fight scene's cool. The villains are very bad.
I will say. I think what hurt that movie the most, Joel, is when all the scoopers were saying what that movie was originally going to be. Yeah. So they changed it, and it's just like, oh, that would have been so much better than what we got. Yeah. That was horrible.
It's one of those movies that it just came out at a bad time. It fell, right. and then it got delayed, and it's like, you can't use this, good luck.
Do what you get. All right, so you're kind of lukewarm till you kind of see more information, right? Okay, yeah. I got you. Trevon, since in that movie, Jessica Chastain was in that movie, I think she might have flown. She might have flew once or twice, right?
She shapeshifted.
No, she didn't shapeshift. That's what they were originally going to do, but she didn't shapeshift in that movie.
Were they not?
They were?
Yeah.
Ooh. I got to work on that, y'all.
Wannabe scrolls.
I got you. I hate that movie so much. I think I just block things out. I got to work on that. That's me. That's a personal thing. I'm sorry.
She was some random villain. Random.
I don't think they ever give her a name or anything.
I was just about to ask what was her name.
Was it Shiara or something like that?
It just didn't matter. Like,
was it Shiara or some shit like that?
They never said a name. I swear. I feel like they never said a name.
I believe it.
It wasn't important.
I'm gonna see what IMDb has it labeled as.
Look, time out. Did you only had to do research? That movie started with you killing off Mystique. Once that happened, I just kind of figured it was downhill from there.
No, you know what? That was the best part. What you mean?
Yeah, I didn't mind that.
That was the best part.
Yes, that was
not after you built her up to be this big ass deal. It was just she's dead now.
I didn't mind that at all.
It was my whole time. I don't care anymore. I was like, yeah, go.
Vuk.
You're not Mystique.
I don't know her.
V-U-K. You just curse?
Vuk. Vuk. It's V, whatever V-U-K, whatever you want to call that. That's the name.
I don't like how you cursing it. I don't like how you cursing right now. I don't like that shit.
Was the name?
I don't like that shit.
So whatever you want to call that.
But Trevon, so I'll go back to you. If Jessica Chastain is indeed in Captain America 4, what's your thoughts on her entering the MCU?
I'm happy for her. She get a redo, you know. hopefully that's a long-lasting character, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to see what happens.
Yeah, I didn't even see that.
She's a great actress. I'm excited to see what she does.
Shout out to DJ Vinny. It's okay, DJ Vinny. People that saw that movie don't know what I was talking about. But to what you were saying, Trevon, to me, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not even necessarily redemption for me. It's more so just the idea of like, I just want to see big name actors in my superhero stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Jessica Chastain should have been in it somewhere down the line. I know someone wanted her. I know I was seeing Twitter when under the comments of this rumor, people wanted her for an older Jean Grey. And I was just like, well no. I was like, no, I kind of want to go in between however they were supposed to be back in Bryan Singer's days and however they were supposed to be back in Vaughn's days, right? I want somewhere in between that. That's the age I want. That's what I want to start with. So you saying older, I need to know what your definition of older is before I can hop on that train. But she has the look. She really does to pull off a Jean Grey. So I wouldn't argue it. Jamie. I haven't seen anything. It's okay. None of these are canon anymore. Just put them all out of your brain. They don't exist anymore. It's okay.
I'm like, all the stuff y'all talking about, I'm like, I don't even... Did I see that? Did that happen? Did I get
Came and went,
blipped?
unfortunately.
You know what's going to be so fulfilling is the day that the MCU actually does the X-Men, and you could tell a generation that this is the only X-Men you ever need to think about ever in your life, ever. Like, no, but I wanted to see what you grew up. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just this. Just stay here, right in this pocket. Don't leave it. It was a fun movie. I'll stand on that. I won't argue with you if you had fun, but that's where that has to end, Trevon. Like, a good movie
Yeah,
couldn't
'cause
say
fun-
that.
fun is subjective.
That's what I'm saying. Fun I can give you,
Yeah.
but a good
why-
movie I can't.
Well, that's why
That's where I got to draw the line.
certain movies, like, oh, people, they shit on it. But I'm like, I still had fun with it. I'm not, yeah, narratively, it was like messy. But
Right.
like, if it have good action scenes, like, I could tolerate it.
I can give you that. Fun is a word I can give you and have no arguments. But good, so I got to draw that goddamn line.
Good is a stretch.
That's all right.
Like, I
Now,
had
come
fun
on
with
now.
New Mutants. I enjoyed that, actually.
Okay, see, now this is where I kind of sound like a hypocrite. I thought that was just legit a good movie. Like, I didn't have any faults with that movie whatsoever.
Yeah, it had its issues, but I enjoyed it.
I thought that was a really good movie. I would have liked to have seen them expand on, but hey, fuck it, whatever. We moved on. Jamie, Jessica Chastain, you got any interest in seeing her into the MCU?
Like what everybody else is saying, I think she's a really great actress. I actually became more familiar with her work like last year, because she was in a whole bunch of things that I was like working with a company and they were doing that. She was in it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And so I guess similar to Didge, I'm kind of concerned because I was not aware that there are going to be multiple villains in this movie. So to see that she's going to be among that group, whoever it is, I like it can be done, but will it be done is the question. So I don't know if they're going to handle this carefully and if she's going to get like the screen time that she needs to establish her character or not. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to be cautiously optimistic about it.
I'll say this to help you and Didge out. When February comes around, pay attention to how you guys feel about MODOK and Kang. Because if you enjoy what they do with MODOK and Kang and you think everyone equally got what they needed, whether it's screen time or development or whatever the case may be, put Red Hulk out of your mind and only focus on the idea of who she might be in the leader. And that's it. And it's exactly the same thing as Quantumania, which will have MODOK that we've still yet to officially see or really hear anything else about, and then Kang, right? So I'm like, if that can do its job, that's my thing. So I'm like, he will be. We don't know to what extent. We don't know how big. We don't know anything. So the leader might be the equivalent of MODOK, or she might be the equivalent of MODOK with the leader being Kang. We have no idea. You know what I'm saying? So just think about how you feel about Quantumania, and if they nail that, then just think that's what they'll do with Captain America 4.
Right.
See, that it complicates things a little bit because like I'm not the biggest Ant-Man fan, so anytime I walk into a theater to see something Ant-Man related, my expectations are usually pretty low.
That's fair. What I meant was just see how they utilize the villains.
Yeah.
And if you feel as though the villains are utilized properly, just imagine that's what they'll do for Captain America 4.
If not,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
get to look at Jonathan Majors, so it's fine.
There you go. There you go. I mean, that's always a bonus, right?
That is-
AJ, your thoughts on Jessica Chastain possibly entering the MCU?
Yeah, this is real. I'm excited for it. It fits the MCU style right now with big names playing the villain. You got Hugo Weaving, played the Red Skull. You got Jeff Bridges, that played Obadiah. James Spader, the Ultron. So it fits the Marvel, I guess you can say, their style for their villains. So for me, I'm excited for it.
And I want to ask this, and again, I'm kind of holding you guys' feet to the fire. So if you don't have an answer, we're just going to move on. But could we make an argument that Cap's movies so far have had the best villains? Hugo Weaving is Red Skull. What's his name is the Winter Soldier. But you could also add in
Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian Stan. You can also add in what's his name
That's Robert Redford.
Yes, Robert Redford.
Yes.
Robert Redford. Obviously Winter Soldier. You had not Winter Soldier. I'm sorry. Civil War. You had what's his name is Zemo.
Zemo.
Right.
Mhm.
And now you're getting in Captain America 4.
And they
The
use
leader.
Crossbones really cool too, actually.
Okay, Crossbones too. I'm sorry, Crossbones. Frank Grillo. And now you're talking about the leader. Possibly, even if it's no Red Hulk, you're getting Harrison Ford in this movie
Yeah.
as a villain.
Well,
to a degree.
You want the Captain America movies are basically we look at them highly, right? We regard them as like better quality MCU movies, and you don't want it to fall out now that Chris Evans is gone, right? So you want
right,
to stay on
and
the
you
same-
put a black guy in this position. You're
Right.
like, now we're gonna start fucking up. No, you want to go bigger. You want to go bigger, right?
Yeah.
So if you spin that into Jessica Chastain in a movie with Harrison Ford
Right.
and what's his name that plays the leader, you're doing good things. You're doing really good things there. Really good things there. Because I just thought about that when AJ was saying that. I'm like, Captain America movies might have the best villains. Like, there's not one villain so far in these Captain America movies that I'm like,
They
ain't
have
really lame.
Captain America movies have the most consistent villains.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree. I think I would have to look over it again because I have not hated. I have to see this new Guardians, but starting off with Ronan the Accuser with I think it's Lee Pace, and then following that shit up. Say it again.
I feel like he was the weakest of the villains that we got, except outside of Malekith. I think for me, Ronan was actually one of the weakest.
I don't think he was the weak. Well, I'll say this. I think he could be looked at as the weakest because of how he was defeated, right? Like it wasn't strength. It wasn't like it was like a dance off that turned into like a misdirection that got rid of him. So it's kind of just like a kind of feel. But I don't. When I think Lois, I think of when I watched two Iron Mans say, "Give me your hand," and they blew up a motherfucker that just got a suit. Like, like the main villain just got his suit and they killed him in 5 seconds. That to me was a waste.
Yeah.
That was a waste. But Guardians, and then what I was gonna say really quick, I'm past you, Trevon. Kurt Russell.
Ego was
the
pretty good, yeah.
for your second movie. That's massive. That's a massive step up, right? Now we got to see what they do with this next one. But so far, Guardians, I think is right there with their first two. It's right there.
Interrupt.
Go ahead, Didge.
Right. No,
sorry.
My brother series.
What's up?
What's up?
Yay.
What's going on? I got so nervous, Didge. I thought you were telling me like, hey, I got to interrupt for a second. I disagree with everything you said. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trevon. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna talk about when y'all were talking about the Captain America movies.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I feel like the Winter Soldier and Civil War, First Avenger was cool to me. Like it's not something I like will automatically go back to rewatch. So
Same here. I think Hugo Weaving was phenomenal.
The reason those two movies were that great. So I'm a little nervous now. This is you guys were talking about it. Russos aren't here, so I don't know.
Let me tell you why you shouldn't be worried. You actually enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier. A lot of that team is coming over to do this movie, so you should be fine.
Oh,
you should be fine. Well, technically, just the writer. Is coming. But Trevon, you personally enjoyed it.
I did.
So
I
you should be fine.
I like that banter back and forth and stuff. So
yeah, so I'm saying you shouldn't. There should be nothing that worries you because you enjoyed what you got from.
I only didn't like the
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
The Power Broker.
don't know.
Why'd you bring that up, Joel? You know how angry that makes me.
I'm just being honest. That's the only thing
I
about
thought that was on the table, in my opinion. But,
Oh man, the arguments we had those 8 weeks about that shit was oof. Those were classic times.
No. I think was that the second show that I had reviewed with you guys.
Yeah, because it came after WandaVision.
Oh no, wait, maybe it was the first.
You weren't part of WandaVision?
No, I wasn't part of WandaVision.
Oh, then yeah, it was the first. Yeah, it was the first.
Yeah.
first.
That was an
WandaVision, good
experience.
times.
Not for my fucking blood pressure, waiting to see Mephisto every goddamn week. That shit almost put me in the fucking hospital room.
Juwaan.
Damn, man, I was fighting for my life, man. Everybody was attacking me when that shit came out.
I ain't
There's
even
no
know what
Mephisto.
you're
Who gives a shit? And it's like, oh, you don't know what you're saying to me. You don't know what you're saying to me. But we're welcoming in Tia and Mike. Happy New Year's to both of you.
Oh,
Hey.
Happy New Year's
Happy
to both
New
of you.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right, so I'm gonna fill you guys in on where we were at currently. We're going over the rumor mill. We were talking about Jessica Chastain possibly being eyed to play the villain in Captain America: New World Order. So Tia, I'll go to you, and then I'll go to you, Joel, and then I'll end with you, Mike. Jessica Chastain entering the MCU. Your thoughts?
I mean, I love that. I've been a fan of Jessica Chastain since I first saw her in Lawless. Right? That's a great
That
movie.
was a good movie.
And then I think the most recent thing I saw her in was the HBO series Scenes from a Marriage with Oscar Isaac. And I just think that woman is an extremely talented person. And we all know that she was very underutilized in what was that? Oh my God, the X-Men Dark
You're
Phoenix.
just talking about
Dark Phoenix.
So if we could get her back into a Marvel movie that's actually good, then I'm
Redemption.
okay with that. Yeah, exactly.
It's so funny you say that because we just finished saying, like, yeah, that wasn't a good first outing for her to jump into. Right now, this is the big leagues. This is good. This is good.
Yeah.
If anything,
it keeps
though,
the trend, right?
It does.
It keeps the
does.
trend of Michael B. Jordan coming over and being Killmonger, Chris Evans coming over being Captain America. You might as well just go 3 for 3.
That would be to insinuate that the Fantastic Four Chris Evans movies were bad. I swear by those movies.
I actually do
Everybody
too.
else
I do as well.
I like them.
I actually really like
swear
those
by those
movies.
They're
I
like
haven't watched
Objectively,
them in
I
a
can
while.
understand
Give me
someone.
that.
Objectively, I can understand someone saying they're bad, though. I like them, but I can understand someone saying they were bad.
We've had way worse Fantastic Four movies, so I can't even
Oh,
knock
we
it.
have sadly.
100%.
Yes, we have.
100%.
I can understand
sure.
if you say they're like outdated, right?
Yes.
Like, if you
Wait,
wanna say
we
they're
have Fantastic
outdated.
Four movies?
Shut up, AJ.
Oh,
I'll even give you that they're not the most comic accurate either. But as Joel was saying earlier before you guys joined in, they were a lot of fun. And I was very young when those came out. So for me, it was just like,
Also fair.
I loved everything about it. So, I'm looking at it from how old I was when I saw it, when I first saw it. Those are the eyes I look through it still to this day. So that's why I view it the way that I do.
Same.
But I wouldn't argue if somebody was like, hey, those were like not comically accurate and Galactus was like a fucking fart and
That
shit.
was
And
fucking
it's like,
terrible.
I won't argue that.
Now,
I won't argue that. But at the time, I had no idea what a Galactus was. So for me, it was just like,
That was
okay.
I
Like,
just remember
underwhelming.
being so. I remember leaving that so confused. Like that was Galactus.
it was like a man.
But look,
a good-
time
a
out.
man behind a curtain.
if we're being fair, it was kind of a give and take. We got Lawrence Fishburne as Silver Surfer, right?
Yeah.
So then that meant we had to get a shitty Galactus. That is just the balance of things. It's the balance of things.
I don't-
It's how you balance. It's how
I
you
don't
balance.
like this Full Metal Alchemist logic of equivalent exchange. Can we not do that?
Let's mute him. Like if this is the type of
Bullshit.
That was the equivalent of his brother coming back as a robot. You can't have everything, okay?
Armor.
You can have him back, but he can't be the same, okay? It's just as simple as that.
I mean, again, like Chris Evans as Johnny Storm was just like peak in that so much
It
so that
was.
I
It was
like
great.
when I heard that there was the rumor that in Deadpool 2 he was supposed to return and we didn't get that, I was so upset.
I can't argue with you.
about
Oh,
that.
I'm
That
glad I
was
didn't hear
that
that.
was peak. That was
been on
was
before.
peak.
We're
That
gonna
was
get more of
peak.
this Fox universe in that movie. But it would
That
be
is
fun to
true.
see
In
more.
Deadpool 3, yeah, for sure.
Oh, and Kerry Washington was in the
Yeah.
original Fantastic
Yeah, she
Four
was.
movie,
I
so-
choose to forget her role in that movie, but yes, she was in it.
It was fine.
her blind woman was almost equal to Ben Affleck's blind man. Like it was just I don't know who taught you blind, but that's not it. That's not it. That's no good.
Alicia
But Mike, do you want to lose an arm and a leg? We sometimes I love it. We sometimes get bad stuff. Yeah. All right. Look, I'll say this. Galactus was so horrible then. When the MCU creates him, we'll appreciate it more because we know how bad it could be. Simple as that.
I thought you meant for a second that we were going to appreciate that one. I was going to say, I'll tell you now. No, I won't.
No.
Didge is like, nothing will make me.
I will never say that, Didge. Joel, Jessica Chastain possibly entering the MCU. I was saying before, and you can, because I think you're about to correct me, where we were talking about how it could possibly be Red Skull's daughter. You were about to say something?
I saw someone say that. That's not the case. So.
It would be cool, though. I wouldn't have an issue with it if they decided to do that.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on her possibly joining?
I love it. I mean, like we were just, everyone has the same mindset. Like they want something better for her.
Right.
So hopefully whoever it is someone notable and someone that will be around. Not someone that's a one-off, I prefer because she's such a good actress. You want her to be around for a while.
Which is exactly why it's going to be a one-off.
Maybe. We don't know. Well, we have to find out.
Way to come and dash hope, Mike.
Hey, new year, same old me.
Is Zemo the only one that stayed around?
Is who? No,
Zemo's
not the only one. No.
He's not?
We just told you the leader. You saw Abomination more than once.
You talking about those Hulk people.
Because you keep ignoring it like it's
MCU.
That's derogatory.
What's the question?
He was asking, is Zemo the only one that has stayed around villain-wise?
Oh, you mean that they didn't get killed off? You mean?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Loki technically, but I don't know.
Loki.
What's the technically there?
They killed him off
100%.
Well, he's not a villain anymore. That's my point.
Loki is 100% still a fucking villain. I'm sorry.
He is not a villain anymore. Okay. You
Ahead,
didn't watch Loki, I guess, but okay.
Go ahead, Joel. What were you saying, Joel?
The Spider-Man villains were really good too, and they didn't kill off. I mean, even though they fucked with Vulture recently with the multiverse, he was a great villain.
Yeah, he's not dead.
And they didn't
Once
kill
you're
him
in Morbius, you're dead to me. I'm sorry. That's just the facts.
I don't know what that's all
He's
about.
gone from my universe, so I mean.
All right, we're gonna move on from there. Mike, Jessica Chastain possibly entering. No, I'm sorry, Joel. Did you have anything else you wanted to add to that?
No, hopefully I like it. Hopefully if it is true that it's someone good.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. Just don't waste it. Like she's just too talented. She's too talented. But Marvel hasn't done that a lot for me to be that nervous. They just kill off a lot. That's the issue. They kill off a lot. They don't necessarily waste. Because Wenwu was perfect. He just shouldn't have died. That's my only issue. So I don't think she'll be wasted. Mike, to end this out on this, Jessica Chastain possibly entering the MCU.
She's a great actress. Can't be mad about it. I'm excited to see what she does, whatever it is, even if it's a one-off. Whenever it's a big name like this, I just assume it's going to be a one and done. Because if John Krasinski doesn't come back, I'm just going to assume that for every character.
See, that's different.
Nah, I can't even. Go ahead.
I just saw the comment. Damn, y'all saw Morbius too. Y'all got it rough.
I want to know why is Jamie in the stream but in the chat too? That's the thing that confuses me.
That's what I do.
Because Jamie lives throughout the multiverse. That is why. Okay, Jamie lives throughout the multiverse.
I actually have not seen Morbius yet, and I cannot bring myself to do it.
I haven't either.
I will say this. Hold on. Let me be honest. Okay.
I had a good
because
time.
I think this needs to be said. For as bad as you might think Morbius is, I still to this day do not believe it is the worst comic book movie I've ever seen. It literally still is not. Now, is it anywhere near average or good? No. But it's not the worst thing ever. It really is. It's confusing. The worst thing ever is Ang Lee's Hulk. That shit is fucking garbage. It is garbage. That is the worst travesty ever. No, I'm sorry. If we're saying comic book movies in general, it is Batman and Robin. But right after that is Ang Lee's
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're not doing that.
Hey, now I'm gonna be
I'm
honest
with
with you.
Trevon on this one.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Not that bad. It's
Morbius is better than Batman and Robin. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It really is, and I'm gonna tell you why.
This is
So
coming from it.
Oh, I got shut out again.
Did he,
Well, finally, he's out of here.
did he go out? What happened?
Finally, he's out of here. I was tired of this
Shut up.
movie.
I had to
Sniper.
regain some.
That was
I was
Trevon.
over
because
it.
that was some nonsense right there. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Wait,
That
I
Yeah,
was-
it was definitely nonsense.
I was gonna say like we should do a drinking game for every time Juwaan mentions Ang Lee's Hulk. I feel like every episode I'm on, he always
brings it up every
mentions it.
Worst
every
thing ever.
episode.
That's
People
about
need to be
right.
reminded that it gets worse. That's all I'm saying. People
has
need to be
been worse.
reminded it gets worse.
Has
It
been
really does.
There's no
It really
need
does.
for a superhero movie to be bad anymore. There's no need for that.
Yeah.
For sure. But again,
Okay.
the way people were talking about Morbius was as if it was the worst thing ever created.
No, it
I just
wasn't.
like to
Oh,
remind
my
people there's been
It
worse.
was fun.
The post-credit
I had fun
scene
with it too.
was the worst thing ever created.
Hey,
The post-credit
I will
scene
not
was
disagree. I
awful.
think those post credits.
What was the post-credit
What was the post-credit scene?
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know. It's okay. We're not getting into that. We're not getting into that. It's better if you don't know. It's better if you don't know. No, it's okay.
Don't-
No,
don't-
here's the reason. Here's the
It just makes
reason
things
why.
more complicated.
Here's the reason why we're not going to tell you. Is because it warrants an explanation that nobody has. Even the director said, "I didn't film that shit. I don't know what that was. I didn't have that in my movie.
It just came out of
I don't know
thin
what
air?
that shit is." No, I think Sony wanted it and shot that shit. Said, "Throw it in there."
Talk about
The director was
forcing
like,
the narrative. That's
I don't
what
know
they
what
were
the fuck that
doing.
was. Right.
Um,
So let's
it
just
was-
move on from that. That
Oh.
was horrible. That was
I
horrible.
feel like
That
they
was
can't
bad.
explain that shit.
That was bad. That was the worst part of the movie. Was the post
It
credits.
really was. Oh my
Both
God.
of them.
All right. So, Joel, this next one is from Can We Get Some Toast? I'm moving around here. I want to go to you for this, for you to kind of structure this better than how I'm about to read it. Okay. So, according to Can We Get Some Toast, Adamantium is going
I'm sorry.
to
Who
first.
the heck is that?
These are scoopers. Sorry, that
Oh,
I said
that's
at the
a-
top of the at the top of the episode. Sorry, Mike.
Sorry.
No,
yeah.
no, you're
These are
good. I'm just
scoopers.
like, do we just take anybody's word now? Like they don't
No,
have a
they-
I don't know. I
name.
thought it was somebody in the
Can
chat.
we-
I'm like, I didn't see that.
Can we get some toast? And My Time to Shine Hello have been somewhat spot on
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
I'd like my
I wouldn't
say
responses to have
100%,
names and
but they're
bylines,
close.
please. That's all I ask.
Especially, well, we're stating these only as rumors, so these aren't like
Yeah, this isn't
expected.
news.
These are
Right.
just these are just rumors.
Nothing's official.
You're good.
No.
You're good.
No, no,
Yeah, I would never, ever. I would never.
he would not allow it. Adamantium is going to first appear in Captain America: New World Order. It'll show up on Tiamat. Am I saying that right, Joel?
Team. Yeah.
Tiamat Island, and countries will go to war over it being an open resource on unclaimed land that could be more valuable than vibranium.
Oh,
That I'll get to. That I'll get to in a second. I should have did that first, but I combined it and forgot. Okay, so Joel, clarify that a little bit because I know you've been hearing about that for more than just here, right?
Yeah. I mean, what's going around that's going to be a thing. They won't be calling it Tiamat Island because they don't know it's called Tiamat. We don't know what they're going to call it, even though we've heard rumors of what it might become.
Just really quickly, Joel, kind of let the audience know about Tiamat Island, so they have an idea on
what
what
is
it
it?
actually, what it is.
What they're referring to, even though it probably will have a different name, is the giant celestial body in the ocean. It apparently will be used for something going forward, and apparently that's where adamantium might be
About
found.
time.
Trayvon
I
should
kind of-
be.
About time.
Yeah. I just assumed Kevin Feige forgot Eternals happened, so
Well, remember, it was alluded to in She-Hulk. It was one of the bylines next to the Wolverine,
yeah.
the Wolverine thing. So it wasn't completely thrown to the side. It's just not been given the forefront that people seem to desperately
I
want
have
it to
only
have.
one argument against
To
that
be fair, though,
rumor.
makes sense. It's a
I-
big ass robot.
No,
whatever you
no
want to call it.
disagreement. No disagreement. No disagreement. No disagreement. No
They had to get to
disagreement.
it eventually. They had to.
She changed it to something. I mean,
Yeah.
You would think
So it looks like
somebody
it might
would-
become an
Yo,
island of
see
some
this?
sorts. that they're gonna inhabit, and then people are gonna fight over it. It looks like.
I will say, if this is even remotely true, what I find very entertaining, yeah, he did demand answers. He still does. He'll get the answers and still demand more answers. You know how Trevon be. But if this is at all true, what intrigues me the most out of this is not the celestial being answered. It's the idea of adamantium. And the reason why that entertains me is the idea that they're about to fight over vibranium. That's going to be hilarious when they go, oh shit, there's something better? Oh shit, yeah, fuck Wakanda. I'm going to go get all that shit there. Like, you can't have none, right? So to me, I'd be interested if that happens, but that's a lot you got to circle around to.
I mean,
that's a lot.
There's a lot of back you would have to.
Well, my question is, if adamantium is going to be more precious than vibranium, I'm wondering if adamantium is from the celestial, and that's how they're going to explain it. Because if not, I can't see how they can explain how adamantium is more precious.
That's what it seems like they're going to do. But my argument is even more, a little more Wolverine.
I think yes, I was just about to say that.
Like,
if you just discovered it,
right,
that means that Wolverine has to be built today.
Yeah, right.
He wasn't built before. He was built today.
That means that
that's literally all I've been thinking about since you guys started talking.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
it wouldn't make sense for him to have it from.
Well, and She-Hulk, did they explain that it was metal claws or just claws?
It just said metal claws.
They said metal claws.
They said metal claws. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So that means he's already had it. So unless you're telling me that this was discovered and I'm supposed to imagine it was before She-Hulk, I would then say, Kevin, you're doing too much.
Vibranium claws. Vibranium claws.
What'd you say, Trevon? The vibranium claws?
Vibranium claws.
I'm good.
I doubt it.
Well, they don't have vibranium.
That's the thing. That's why the world's fighting so hard to get it in Wakanda Forever, because they don't have it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Canada just like, we took all our vibranium and poured it into this one man?
This one guy, yeah. This one guy that doesn't even fight for us. Like, he left us the second he could. He's been living in the States ever since. That'd be really fucked up. But yeah, that does raise a huge question. I don't know, man. It's really dicey, but that's why I say the X-Men continuously being pushed to the back burner is what's really fucking up a lot of stuff, because the further you push them, the harder it's going to be with you establishing what the word mutants means, and now possibly adamantium. And it's like, there's too many things that are X-Men, and I don't have X-Men yet. And it's like,
I keep saying,
it's confusing.
I also have another question.
Go ahead.
So they're fighting over vibranium, but they already have vibranium in America. They already have vibranium that they can actually study itself. So why do they need to fight over?
What vibranium do they have?
They have the shield.
They did have the shield.
Well, Sam has the shield.
No, but to be fair, hold on. To be fair, Sam gave it to the government, and then he got it back.
But now he has it.
Yes, but time out. The problem I think you're not looking at is, AJ, the only way to properly study it is to break it and study the pieces, individually, and then recreate it.
They also had vision.
It's already been broken.
They don't have vision. They don't have vision.
They had.
No, they don't have.
They don't have vision. Yeah,
they don't have them currently. They had them, but they
that's
don't.
One of the reasons they wanted vision was because of the whatever inside of him too.
No, right. Also, Juwaan, the shield did break, and then Cap got another one from the past. That was an endgame.
Yeah, but I doubt the Avengers have let the pieces just sit around for the government to come pick up. I'm pretty sure they discarded them.
There's a lot of weird shit in that record that was hanging around.
They already gave it to the government.
Look, there's a shield. There was a spear that got out. So there's probably vibranium around.
100%. But also,
not enough
I think what's also very important to pay attention to is Val made it very clear that she's not in this hunting game for a little bit. She's in this hunting game for the whole fucking kit and
caboodle.
Weaponize. So Val made it very clear, if it's possible for me to own Wakanda, That's what I want. Like, I don't want just shards of it. I want it all. I want to be the sole possessor of vibranium.
Also,
of vibranium.
I would say, I would say this, since the government already had the vibranium, I will say that they tried to use it and create something like it, and you can say that's how Wolverine got the metal claws. That's been explained in She-Hulk.
But the problem is that would have to be present day. That's our problem.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
What was he saying?
Well, because they had vibranium before, and then fucking Howard Stark made a shield out of it. So
Right.
that was it, right? Whatever other shards of it that they might have, they may have fucked with it and created adamantium. It could be man-made.
So then that's fine.
You know
That's
what I mean?
fine. And then you need to. Then this rumor should have been altered. Well, I'm sorry. If this rumor turns out to be true,
Right.
it should be altered once we get to the movie, because you have to make it sound like it's existed. You've now just found a horde
lot
of it.
Right.
Right.
That's
You've
why I
now
was
just found a horde of
confused with this whole theory right here, because that's what I was confused about.
Yeah,
But,
they don't specify. So we're
I got
just in here like
They also, I mean, now I'm starting to think about Black Panther. I mean, in the beginning of the movie, we know they had the actual malleable version of vibranium as well. Remember the uncle was dealing in it. Remember, that's why he came there to kill him.
Oh yeah, with Claw. Yeah,
Yeah.
with
So
Claw.
he already had it in the United States.
right.
So
Right. So
I
that's what I
mean,
mean.
they
There
could
is
have had some.
It still doesn't get you far back enough for that to be in the timeline where it should be in, because I think that was the 80s.
Thought it was
yeah,
That was the
yeah,
80s you're talking about.
also, what happened to Ultron again? I can't remember what happened to Ultron.
He blew up. Vision blew him up.
Vision
He
blew him
got
up.
blew up, but they
Vision blew him
did
up.
have Vision's body.
But there'll be
No,
shards
his
of.
head. They just had his head.
What, Vision?
No. They had.
Of
Oh,
Ultron.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking Ultron. I'm sorry. I was saying they just had Ultron's head. There's ways to do it. I think. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, do we know how long they had Vision though? Because what happened to Vision's body in between the end of Infinity War and WandaVision? Because we know WandaVision's
I'll
like
actually
a
say
5
it
years,
was
right?
between that timeline, like 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 years they had.
that's plenty
You
of
could argue
time. Because we know WandaVision's like what, a week after Endgame, but we don't know how long they had Vision. So if they had 5 years, it makes total sense that they were able to figure a lot of stuff out from that point.
Yeah, that's fine. It just can't be that you figured Wolverine out in those 5 years. That's all we're saying.
No.
Wolverine has to
That's
be
why it won't
further
make
back.
sense. Like the adamantium
Right.
has to have been around a while.
Because all we're saying is, Mike, is that when you find the adamantium, it can't be a shock that adamantium exists. It has to be a shock that you found so much of it, but not that it
should be,
exists.
what it should be is like a rare metal similar to like vibranium, where it's not easy to find.
Right.
And it might be,
So you're just shocked you found more of it, not that it exists.
Yeah.
That's all we're saying.
That's really the question. I mean, the question is, when it's still a question even in the comics. There was no real answer. Like, what is adamantium? We don't know. You know what I mean?
Well, they've never been clear, because remember, we've had people, different geek sites, try to say what's stronger, a lightsaber or Wolverine's claws, and you can never really truly equate it because we have no idea what truly that metal is to properly kind of, differentiate it. So, but yeah, so I just wanted us to kind of go over that, to kind of just lay this out there, because this was a mouthful. So I wanted to kind of get this out there. But I want to start with you on this one, Jamie. This one I wanted to add to the other one, but I didn't see it. So another rumor is Sam is looking to assemble a new team of Avengers to take down President Ross in Captain America: New World Order. So my question to you is, Jamie, your thoughts on that? And let's say you could pick 4. What 4 Avengers do you think Sam will grab to assemble?
Oh man. I think, I don't know. It's just like, the more I hear about this movie, I'm like, there's just a lot of moving parts right now. Like, I was thinking, it's just gonna be him, but now it might be like him also trying to like create a team. So then, like, how much of him do we really get? Which I guess, we had Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so like we got we got more of his like background and stuff, so maybe they don't want to focus on that as much. I don't know. It's a lot. Like I want to see him make a new Avengers team, but I like for the first movie, I was not expecting that. As far as who he would pick, that's tough. I don't know. I mean,
It's okay.
there's
It's okay
like
if you
Who
don't
I'm
else
know.
trying to
can he
think.
call? To be honest,
Huh?
There's like I know Kamala Khan. I like he could have her, but then I'm like, are there any other like? I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be Young Avengers, but I'm like, who else have we? I guess Moon Knight, but how would he figure out?
yeah.
How is
Who is he
that? What's the
aware of?
connection there? You know.
I'll say
Um,
this. I'll say this to help you out, Jamie. I'll say this. If I'm believing this rumor, I think his Avengers will be homemade. And what I mean by that is I think Falcon, the kid that we saw him give the wings to in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think he's going to be on that team. I think the kid that we saw, remember his grandfather was the
Elijah
original.
Bradley.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think we'll
yeah.
see. I think it's Patriot or something like that.
But
AJ,
then is it
what's
like
what's the
is
character's
that
name?
different from Young Avengers, or is that just like
It's
this is the
Patriot.
new
Well,
Avengers?
It's Patriot, yeah.
It's different because you wouldn't be assembling what we will know the full Young Avengers to be. You'll be assembling some of like Falcon. I don't think will be part of the Young Avengers. He'll just be essentially the Bucky to Sam's Cap,
Mhm.
right? Now Patriot, I believe, will be a Young Avenger. I just don't know if this movie wants to go that big with bringing in actual future Avengers rather than bringing in people that maybe are more so closer to Cap. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I was just gonna ask, like, when he's assembling, are these like completely new characters, or like
We
also
don't know.
characters who have been within the MCU? Like, would he go as Scott because he knew that Scott like teamed up with Cap in Civil War? Like, that's what I mean. Like, would he go then and back pretty much in like the Rolodex and be like, okay, who can I rely on right now?
I think Bucky could be a name.
Yeah.
I think Patriot. I think Falcon.
He does know that, man, so that's possible. Yeah.
No,
I
he
just don't
does. But only reason I can't add any validation to that is I don't know I don't know how Ant-Man and the Wasp ends, right? Like, I mean, damn, Trevon, you kept saying you thought the man's gonna die in the movie. So I'm like, if he does, I don't know how he'll be. I don't know where in the timeline Captain America 4 takes place.
I can't think
You
of
know
many
what I'm
people that Sam would be aware of to call like King Kong Captain.
Maybe Kate and
Well,
maybe
I'd
Kamala
have
Khan.
to say if Cap is still working alongside the government the same way Rhodey is,
Mm-hmm.
he would know just as much as Rhodey, and I believe there's not much that Rhodey does. Now, Moon Knight, no one knows, right? So that's not somebody I'm talking about. But somebody that has been popularized, like Kamala Khan, I believe Rhodey knows it, and if Rhodey knows it, there's no way Sam doesn't know it. Characters
She-Hulk?
like that. She-Hulk, yes, that would be a character he would know of. But characters like Moon Knight, no, because Moon Knight's not widely known. Barely the place he was living in knows of Moon Knight. So no, I don't think Moon Knight is widely known. So you got to kind of think more so who has popularized themselves in their entrance that they could then go, well, the government knows about them. So now I know about them. I can maybe go and ask them for help. So that's more so what I'm looking at is who is lower level, but is publicized enough that they would know them. Moon Knight can't count.
Does this movie come out before Daredevil? Would Daredevil
Yes, 'cause
possibly
it comes
step
out.
in? Ah,
Daredevil
I-
also exists already, though. So
He does, but I mean,
I'm like, I don't know who are we gonna pick.
I'm not against that team up at all, Jamie. I mean, seeing Daredevil put in more things would only excite me and hurt Didge. So I'd love it, right? You know, I would love it with all my heart.
Hurt me.
No, because you don't like Daredevil. Did you remember? You remember? Don't act new. You don't like Daredevil.
Call that.
You don't, huh? Okay, no
call that.
problem. So Tia, I'll
That's
go
the
to
next
you
one I'm
next.
getting back there.
Yeah, That ain't real. That love that you're giving Daredevil is not real. It's manufactured, Didge. But T, I'll go to you
Wait
next.
till I show up with that next helmet.
We won't believe you though. But T, I'll go to you next. Let's say I'm looking to assemble a new team of Avengers to take down President Ross. What do you think that team will look like?
I mean, like Jamie, I feel like I'm at a loss for it because I'm trying to like logically think who he would call upon, and obviously like Bucky, and then I'm thinking about people like Yelena, only because of how her relationship with Natasha, but then she's going to be part of the Thunderbolts, right? So that would like make sense. So
maybe
Um,
Kate Bishop.
I like the idea of Kate Bishop, honestly. And, she's very like a can-do personality. She'd probably be super stoked being like asked to be an Avenger.
I will say it would hurt Clint a little bit. Like, hey, Clint, yeah, no, can I speak to Kate? It's like, you don't want me? No. I just put Kate on the phone.
No, I think he would be more than happy. Like, oh, you're looking for Hawkeye? Kate, it's for you?
Yeah.
Kate?
Hey, come retire. Come get this shit.
How is this take still with us in 2023?
Because it's never been disproven. It's never been disproven. That's why this will always live with us.
Dang shame.
It's never been disproven. Didge, you got to work on that in
present
2023.
for when this happens, so I'm not participating in this.
It's okay. Just know that it's true, Jamie. That's
Just
all
know
you
that
need to know.
I'm constantly lied on, Jamie. That's all you need.
It is my religion here on this show. But so I mean, like I said to you, I think you can kind of go Bucky, Falcon, and Patriot, right?
Yeah.
And two of those would be new because they haven't been established as their counterparts yet. But I think you have to add those two in if he's making a team, right? You got to kind of start with the guy he gave his wings to. No. No, because I remember Batman was shitted on for being 3 hours. So no, we're not going to now expect for things to be.
Batman
3
is
hours,
one
okay?
character. We got a whole Avengers movie setting up right now.
No, there was many characters in that movie. We're not about to do that. There was Alfred. There was a lady that worked for Alfred. There was cops, right? There were characters.
There were playing right now.
Cops?
Who else? Those are two characters
right now.
We had Tim Drake in the Batman.
Yeah, technically,
Yeah,
you know, it could be.
That was
Could
him.
be.
That was
But no, back to you, Tia. Who else do you think could pop up in this?
The little girl that Thor adopts at the end of No, I'm joking.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
You know what?
about
If Love joins the team, I'm not even mad.
If she pops up, do you really need anybody else? She's a god. Like she would even tell Cap, "You move to the side. I got. I'm gonna. I got this." She's just gonna go. I am a god. Okay, you just sit down. Thank you. But I am interested to see when she does get introduced to the larger arc of the MCU. That's going to be a lot of fun. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just like wanted to say, like, even though like right now I can't like conceptualize who would be on Sam's team, but I do like the rumor of him developing his own Avengers, because it's like then that's just even further into him becoming his own Captain America instead of living within Steve Rogers' shadow. Like him saying, you know, it's time for me to make my own team that I pick, that I trust. So I'd be down with that, definitely. I don't know what his team's going to look like. Honestly, I hope we see a lot of the new faces that we've been introduced to in the last couple of years, but I'm just interested in it.
So I got to ask you this, Tia, before I pass this to Mike. Would it be corny, or would we accept if he said Avengers Assemble in this movie?
No, I feel like it has to be earned. Like it took us like 10 years to hear Steve say it. I don't want to just get him being like Avengers Assemble. No, Sam. No, Sam.
I will say, I would laugh if it said, only because it's like, ew, these Avengers, you want to say that shit to? You don't want to wait till you get everybody? You want to say it for
yeah,
these?
like,
okay. All right.
Yeah, he gets like 3 of them, and he's like, Avengers Assemble, and they're like, who are we assembling? There's 3
it's
of
just
us.
It's just us, Sam. That's it.
You can say
It's
it when we
just
get that
nobody else.
Disney cruise thing we saw. That's when you can say it. We had those people. That's
true. That is true. That is true.
Like Steve didn't even say it to the Avengers at the end of Age of Ultron. There literally was like 3 of them there.
Right.
They cut out.
They cut it off.
Yeah. I will say I can't wait to see Sam interacting with the old regime of the Avengers. Like once they all come back together, because I can't wait to see how he kind of utilizes his authority of being Captain America, right? Because usually with that title, it kind of defaults you to the leader, right? So I'm like, how does that work now with the hierarchy of the Avengers
especially
once they come back?
Especially since Sam was always just like the supporter of Steve without really giving like much authority. But that's going to be so hilarious. Imagine everyone meeting back up and it's like, so what's been going on? Stephen Strange, like, well, Wanda went evil and I had to like put her down.
We killed her. You know, she's gone.
To be fair,
Chavez.
She stopped herself. To be fair.
Okay. He helped.
Yeah.
He helped. This is America Chavez. She punches portals. Say hi.
Oh yeah.
She helped like Bruce Banner's like, this is my cousin, and it's like, what is
Right.
going on?
This is my cousin. This is also Daredevil. This is my son too. A lot has happened, guys. So Thor's like, no way. Here's my daughter. Like, it's like, what the fuck happened? Like, what is going on here? Meet Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel, and then that's Monica Rambeau. It's like, what the fuck? What? Everybody just went and got mini-me's, right? That's just what happened. Took a vacation, got mini-me's. That's gonna be hilarious.
Sam's he's gonna need like an assistant to just take roll call
100%,
or something. I feel like it's gonna be way too confusing.
100%. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Sam kind of solidify himself as the leader of the Avengers. So once everybody comes back, they kind of just fall in line to his de facto leadership. I'm really looking forward to that. I really am. Because we know Steve was kind of just thrusted into it because Stark didn't want it. So it's kind of I'm just the money.
Well, they didn't look to him for the,
the
leadership because he was always talking.
Spider-Man's still around, right?
That's
Spider-Man?
true. Yeah, that's true.
Spider-Man's
around. Spider-Man's around.
They just don't remember who it was.
I
don't want to talk
Spider-Man,
about
but
that.
not who he is, right?
Yeah, they don't know what
They
they've
just
done.
know Peter.
Yeah,
They don't
okay,
know
so they
Peter.
can
They don't
still
know
get
Peter.
him.
They know Spider-Man.
And then bring in Miles. Why not? We're bringing mini-me's. Bring in Miles.
Well, we got introduced.
By the time we get an Avengers movie, I think Miles might have been introduced. So yeah, everybody will have a mini-me. Everybody will have a mini-me. War Machine will have Ironheart. Like everybody will legit have a mini-me.
Wait, that'd be really hilarious if like Peter just shows up with Miles, like, and that's the first time. It's like, oh, I brought a friend.
It's like, what is this? Does his parents know? What are you doing, Pete? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
That'd be really funny, but we kind of did that with Hulk already at the end of She-Hulk, where he just shows up with like a 20-year-old kid.
That is true. that is true. We were just like, oh, okay, sure.
And Stark did the same thing. He just brought this kid along one day. Like,
but to be fair,
helping me out.
5 years had passed, so you were just like, it makes sense that they probably settled down. Had a kid. I can wrap my head around that. At what point was I supposed to expect that Hulk was just dropping babies out here? Like that was just like
a lot of explaining to do.
The random kid from Iron Man 3 who showed up at Tony's funeral. He's
no
He's gonna be Iron Lad, right? He's gonna show him I'm Iron Lad. I earned this shit. Okay? Without me, Stark wouldn't have lived past Iron Man 3 to help all y'all.
Peter's like
Peter would look at him like,
if we're going that far, we got to bring in Pizza Rat then. Pizza Rat is essential to the MCU. Pizza Rat must be present.
Bill Murray, get him from Quantum Mania.
Yes, Bill Murray has to join Sam's team. Anyway.
Get Kraglin. He's not doing anything, We
got to see how Guardians ends to know what the hell Kraglin's doing. But anyway, Joel, who do you think Sam's team could be of the Avengers he's assembling? Do you think it'll be big names, or do you think it'll be more so small names that he creates that will become bigger names going forward?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It took you a minute to speak. I thought you were ignoring me. I'm like, did I say something wrong? Like, you had me hurt for a second. I'm like, I thought I just asked the question, but okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, no, it's just like there's a lot of names you could throw into the hat, for like what characters we want or what we might see. So I guess I'll start with the OGs that are still left. So you'll probably go with Hulk, because especially now that he's healed up. You got and there's so many of his characters showing up. It just seems logical at this point that he's going to be there. I would say I don't think maybe not Thor right away. I think eventually once he shows back up again, maybe not right now. Because then
he's not even on Earth.
Right, he's not on Earth right now. So maybe when the Avengers movie we'll see Thor again. So maybe a little not him.
So wait, so you think they would go big?
Hulk?
No. I mean, as far as names, like Hulk was more so because his villains are there, so we assumed he would be there. But I mean, you were saying Thor. You just said War Machine.
Eventually, yeah. Well, War Machine. That's not that far reach, honestly.
Yeah,
no, I just wouldn't have thought they would go big names.
Honestly.
That's true for a hot second. Yeah.
So I mean, and he's gonna be in Secret Invasion. I mean, he's gonna be everywhere. So like, why not? So I can see War Machine and Hulk at the very least. Obviously, I don't know if he'll be an Avenger, but obviously they're gonna introduce the new Falcon. Yeah. I don't know how maybe eventually Patriot, but I'm not expecting him to be Patriot in this movie.
Really?
There's just a lot to do. I don't think you have time for him. You know, maybe you already know the character, so maybe this is where you now you get to the next step, but not him being a hero yet.
Okay, because that's
a lot of shit going on.
That's what I was expecting. That's why I was saying while you were gone. That's what I thought the team would consist of. It's Falcon and Patriot, and then whatever one or two other members you want to add to that.
Not the Avengers, because that's not the Avengers.
No. But it said he's recruiting.
I know that.
He's assembling a new team. So that's why I said that would be the start of his new team. That wouldn't be what
I think Falcon is more likely than Patriot in this movie.
Because I think he's further along.
Well,
you established him a lot better.
They've already said he's going to be in the movie.
Right.
So like that's a step, and that's another character. I don't know, because Carol's never on Earth. It feels like
never
for Captain Marvel.
Never. Yeah, she ain't got time for our shit.
So she's probably not a good choice. Monica when she comes back, we don't know what's gonna happen with the Marvels. Well, after we find out, maybe I'll have a better idea. But I'm gonna leave the Marvels out of it for now because they're gonna be off Earth for a while, probably. Right. I'm assuming so.
Guardians off Earth.
They're not Avengers. A lot of maybe the only way I could see Kate possibly, but as a recommendation from Clint, who's like basically, I'm like, look, I've come back every time, but I'm done. Like,
because wait, can you picture Sam's reaction where he's like, all right, guys, I called Hawkeye. Hawkeye's on his way, and then Kate comes out of the car. And says, I'm sorry, who are you? I'm Hawkeye.
Yeah, right. It's a kid.
No, you're not Hawkeye. Who are you? And like she calls Clint. Clint talks to him. It's like, this is Hawkeye. Now I retired. I'm done. It's like, okay, all right, cool. All right.
Like officially,
like for real. Like, can I call you at any point? No.
He's like, yeah, call me in like 2 years. You know?
Call me when it's bigger than this small shit here, and I'll come back. They couldn't afford me for this shit. Call me later.
From this guy? No.
I can see that possibly.
Sky being
Iron could be somebody to look at. The show will have been out before that movie comes out.
Yeah, she's a possibility. I'm gonna probably leave the younger characters out for now, just because I don't know if they're gonna.
So only Kate. Kate
would be probably the only because she's already been vetted by Clint. The other ones they're just knowing. There's a lot of new young characters. They're not just gonna throw into. You're Avenger now. Like Spider-Man had to earn it. And now there's Spider-Man, but we got to see what I think. We've already heard that it's going to be more street level, so maybe not that. And the same thing with Daredevil. I'm not going to expect because again, street level. So I think that's right.
And again, I think for the Daredevil thing, I think I could accept it for She-Hulk because the whole premise of that was supposed to be comedy. So I'm not really looking for answers from it. But if I see Daredevil again, and Sam went to recruit him, that means he is a way bigger fucking deal than we thought. We have no idea how long he's even fucking been active. That's why I'm like, I kind of prefer his show first before he starts appearing in bigger shit like that. Wait, his show does come out first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Really?
It goes on spring.
Yeah, it comes out in the spring. And like Captain America comes out at the end of spring. So they're gonna
it's right there. It's right there. It's right there. Okay.
But then it could work though. The timing.
I didn't know it came out close. I didn't know it came out close.
Yeah, it's around the same. It's because Captain America is gonna be like the first MCU movie of 2024, but the first MCU thing is Daredevil.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of Sony shit to start 2024. A lot of Sony. It's all Sony. For
Shout out to Bad Bunny. Shout out to Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
We in the building.
A lot of weird shit. And then,
we in the building. About to fuck some Spider-Man villains up.
yeah, that's kind of. Oh, and Bucky, of course. But I don't even though I'm not sure how that's gonna work with the Thunderbolts. But I could see Bucky definitely coming back if he's asked.
Oh yeah.
Well, to be fair, Thunderbolts comes out after.
Yeah, that's why I don't know, like, because he's gonna be an Avenger and a Thunderbolt. You know what I mean?
Well, it could connect.
Well, we don't know how
maybe
it's going to progress.
Maybe that's how Ross recruits him. Maybe Ross is like, "Damn, you gave me a good ass whooping. Hey, you want to join my team?" he can't pull the Kevin Durant, Joel. If you can't beat him, join him.
Double agent type of thing.
Bucky decides that the Thunderbolts have more fun than Sam's Avengers.
Could be. It could
You
be.
guys are squares. I'm gonna
You
hang out
wouldn't
with
let
them.
me kill anybody, Sam. You wouldn't let me kill anybody. Fuck that. These guys let me kill some people. I'm gonna go join them.
Yeah,
All right. So okay,
Elena's
Joel. So
more
you're
fun.
more so. Yeah, that is true. She is. I guarantee you, she is. So okay. So you're more in the mixed bag of what his members could.
I don't think
what
it's
his
a
members
simple
could.
question.
No problem. No problem. I just went smaller. That was it. I just went smaller. Because I just didn't think you wanted that many. Because at that point, you're essentially just making Civil War all over again with having all these big names in it. That's why I thought you might want to go smaller, with Sam being the biggest name of who you're assembling.
And that's not to me. That's not the Avengers. You know what I mean?
Well, I think we can all agree, no matter what this looks like, it will change down the line. So I'm like, it could be small now and then be what we know it to be once it gets time for an Avengers movie.
They get booted when a bigger name comes.
Yeah, they're like, you're Sam's team. Don't call it Avengers.
I mean,
This is just
but
Sam's.
it's funny.
This
A lot
is
of
the Sam squad.
There's a lot of characters now that don't have the
Sam
same.
Squad, ew.
That don't have the same response. Like right now, Doctor Strange can be an Avenger. He's not the Sorcerer Supreme.
Right.
Black Panther could be a part of the Avengers. She's not the fucking Queen of Wakanda. You know what I mean? Like they're available.
Yeah.
You know?
So you're saying they have
interesting to see
a
her
free
get recruited.
schedule?
Yeah, they have openings.
Yeah.
It would be very interesting to see what Sam's pitch to Shuri would be. Shuri, I'm sorry, you want me to help who? Oh, yeah, no. No, I'm fighting for United States? No.
Well, they don't fight for justice.
No.
To be fair.
We're good over here in Wakanda.
That was the whole point of the Accord.
But we know that they've till T'Challa passed, they weren't fucked with. We know that for a fact. They weren't fucked with. Regardless of the Accords. They were left alone. They weren't bothered.
Who, the Avengers?
No, Wakanda.
Yeah, but I don't really think that's in question.
No, but that's why I was saying it would be interesting to see what his pitch to Shuri would be after the events of the movie we just got.
You know what the pitch
She
is?
very much didn't trust the government.
Well, the
Go ahead,
Avengers
Mike.
don't. The Avengers don't work for the government anymore. That's the thing. But the pitch would be
They don't.
They don't.
they
don't. Sam doesn't.
Sam works as an Avenger, but they're all like you said. It was what they call it? There was a name that they called themselves because Tony was funding them basically.
Oh no, for sure. I'm talking about after the events of Falcon and Winter Soldier. It very much seems like he works for the government.
Well, no, he works with the government. It's different.
Yeah, I would say more with.
Yeah, I would say with.
I would be very interested to see if that's Val's answer. Yeah, we're teammates.
That's the
We're
problem.
teammates.
That's why they're going to butt heads, and that's why I think
That's why they
what
need
the
their own
Thunderbolts-
team. Yeah.
That's why the Thunderbolts are being formed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought, yeah.
Yeah,
But I think
he wouldn't go
that's the result
to.
of that movie. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Val might not see it the same, which will result into
She
what
don't
you're
have
saying.
to stay the same.
They need a team they can control.
You say
Sam
that.
not one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. That is fair. That is. But a lot of that show was very.
And we saw the Accords have been and that was the point of the Accords, was to control them. They wouldn't want to be controlled, and Sam was on the side of not being controlled. So,
Also, their Captain America was John Walker. He
Right.
beat him and took the shield. I don't think that means I now work for you.
right, exactly.
No, but it doesn't mean you still answer to them.
He donated that suit back, but it's his. You know?
Right.
We'll see. We'll definitely see. I can't wait to see Armor Wars. I can't wait to see Armor Wars because that's a motherfucker that works for the government.
He does. Well,
Yes.
yeah, he definitely
absolutely does.
100% does.
But at the same time, he was also fighting against the government.
Was he?
Eventually, he turned on them. Remember when they all showed up and he turned the thing on whatever?
In Infinity War. Yeah.
Infinity War.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, at that point, it's like, bitch, the world's ending. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Like, in Civil War, I'm like, no, he was on Tony's side. You're talking about
At the
Infinity
end
War.
of the day, he turned on them.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the world's ending. I don't really give a fuck what the
world
laws and
ended.
shit are. Well, no, he turned. Oh, that was an Endgame. Yes, that was that was an Infinity
It was
War.
Infinity War.
Yeah, the world hadn't ended yet. The world hadn't ended yet. It was on its way.
It never technically ended. Yet.
Things were getting really intense, though.
Yeah, shit was
For
going
sure.
down.
For sure. So I can't wait to see where he pops out on that spectrum of all that.
Well, that's Secret Invasion is going to be big on that. What role he has in the government right now.
Right. I mean, we saw that. Well, we heard of the conversation Fury was having with him. So he was like, "Hey, do you trust your people?"
Right.
It's like, why shouldn't I? It's like, ooh, you got time? You seen any green motherfuckers in your?
Probably Secretary of Defense. That's what he probably.
No, we know who the Secretary of Defense was. It was Thunderbolt. It was Russ.
No, I'm saying now.
Eventually, at some point, he becomes president.
We don't know that
They
he doesn't
spoiled
still
it.
have the position now. That's what I'm saying, Trevon. We don't know that he doesn't. We know that he will not have that position because he'll be granted presidency. But right now, Dermot Mulroney's character is the president in Secret Invasion. So that'll be very interesting to see how he stops becoming president. Because I'm like, in the trailer, we see his car flip. So I'm like, oh, shit. Well, I mean, that kind of alludes to a little bit
That's how it
there.
works.
Yeah, right? We watch Scandal. We know how new presidents get made, Trayvon. But Mike, I want to go to you. What do you think this Caps team will look like?
So, have any of you read this DC comic? I'm going somewhere with this. Have you read Dark Crisis?
Yes.
Which one?
Like the
main
latest
story?
from last year.
Yeah, I read mostly. Yeah, I read all of it actually.
Yeah, great book. But one of the things that stands out to me is remember when John had to assemble a new Justice League?
Yeah,
And it was this nonsense.
Yes, I do.
That's what I think is going to end up happening with Sam, where it's like
I don't
Blue
know.
Beetle's here. We've got Killer Frost. I think I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's a really hodgepodge team, but like
It's a lot of C-list and D-list characters.
Black Adam basically laughed at him. Like, what is this shit?
Right. Harley Quinn's on the
And
team,
back,
the
though.
Justice League. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's going to end up happening to Sam because, it just becomes an Avengers movie, right? If he gets the heavy hitters. But the hard part for me is what everybody's been saying all this time is that if he doesn't just go straight for Doctor Strange, right, and Captain Marvel and the bigger named characters,
Big ones.
what's the point, right? Like, I feel like logically Sam would just look at who have been the Avengers for the last 7-8 years, right? He's going to try and find Hulk, Thor, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, of course, and the Wasp, assuming they're alive and well by the time this movie comes. So it's either going to be a bunch of nobodies that are probably introduced in the movie itself, or it's going to have to just be the characters we know. Because I don't see much middle ground. There's not like the smaller characters are all that's left, right? Black Widow, Steve, Tony, they're already gone. Thor is probably the only one of the main Avengers that he can actually actively contact. So I just don't see him going past who we already know to be major players in the MCU. So I'm just going to be real. I'm not entirely sure this rumor even happens because at that point, the entire movie, you're just going to be wondering why he didn't call the Marvels and Doctor Strange and just in this thing. Also, why do we need the Avengers to take down the president? That's just a weird thing in the first place.
Well, remember, the leader is right now being was already reported as that's your villain, right?
Yeah.
So that's a villain in there. The Thunderbolt Ross thing, I was saying before you and Tia joined in, Mike, take that more so as like that could be end of the movie, maybe even end credit scene. He won't be Red Hulk for a majority of this movie. It'll be towards the end, if not an end. So it's the possibility of the rumor of whoever Jessica Chastain is and the leader.
Yeah, this movie
Right?
is an enigma to me because why is the leader a Captain America movie villain in the first place?
Because Hulk can't get his own movies.
I have no answers.
Well, so Hulk can get his own movies. That's why.
This is just another bridge to that gap.
And if we're being honest, the leader being in it makes sense for the name of the movie. The movie's called New World Order. It makes sense that the leader is someone that's trying to help issue a whole new world order. That's part of kind of what his power set can do in the idea of brainwashing and whatnot. So I'm like, it lines up. It's just the idea of what is the leader in the rumor of Jessica Chastain's character? What are they doing that warrants Sam to say, I can't do this shit myself. And I can't even do it with just Falcon. We need more help. You know what I'm saying? That's what the question is. It's like, what warrants you needing all this fucking help in this movie? So, again, rumor, but if it's true, can't wait to see how that shit plays out. And how they're able to structure it to where it still feels like a progression of Sam's story while bringing in the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I still to this day feel as though I lacked from Civil War. Would you say, Joel?
And I said, if Bucky does show up, does he still have his arm?
That's a really good question. That's a really, really, really good question. Because you would think,
assume no.
You would think it's one of the things they ran out and said, "Hey, you gonna give me that shit back? That shit's coming home with me." I don't trust y'all people here. That's coming home with me.
As soon as Peter saw it, he's like, "Oh God."
AJ, what do you think this team could look like?
I feel like you guys are overthinking that a little bit.
Okay.
I just think it's not. I don't think it really will be technically an Avengers team. I think it's just going to be a normal team up. So my thought process is Nick Fury, Bucky, and I guess Falcon. Those are the only ones I can think of right now. And especially since Bucky was already on the heels of Falcon and Winter Soldier, so it makes a little sense for him to continue on. And then you also have Nick Fury. I think his character will work perfectly well for this specific movie, especially since it's called New World Order, and you can't have Nick Fury without that. So I just feel like that's a good thing to have. And then Falcon, you already had him at Falcon and Winter Soldier, so it makes sense for him to continue onward as well. So those are my three picks. I don't really have a fourth one right now.
I'll throw one more in there.
Okay.
The character they announced, Sabra, that she's gonna be.
Yeah. We done that too.
That's possibly another one.
Wait, you said Nick Fury?
Mm-hmm.
You think Nick Fury would be part of this?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Nick Fury's focuses would be more so whatever the scroll shit is, and then whatever's happening out.
Well, Secret Invasion comes out literally the beginning of this year anyway. So
no, but I'm saying I would have thought that the events of Secret Invasion would lead to a more galactic war that he's focusing on. That's why he made.
I don't think Secret Invasion is going to be that big. I don't think it's going to be that big.
No. Neither. That's what I'm saying. It ends with him going back up to Sword to handle whatever this shit is that leads into the Marvels.
Maybe, but we'll see.
Yeah, only a few months. Go ahead, Mike. What were you saying?
Yeah, I was just gonna add that since we don't know what Fury's up to, what if a major point is that the president was a Skrull, and that's the fallout of why we have somebody else end up becoming the new president, right? And that's why Ross ends up getting into power. Yeah. That could be a way to tie Fury back into it.
I like it. I sure do. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I eats up all Skrull theories. I can't wait till that fucking show comes.
I will not be part of those shows.
Joel will be part of those shows. Joel will be part of those shows.
I'll see you.
Rhodey's a Skrull.
I do view that show like a Where's Waldo book, and Waldo being the only one that's not a Skrull. So it's like it's a book of Skrulls. I think everybody's a fucking Skrull. Rhodey, everybody. So I can't wait to see how that all plays out. So I like that, Mike. I appreciate that. Trevon, what do you think this team looks like?
I feel like this movie will start like maybe a little bit of time has passed since the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier. I feel like he'll already have Bucky with him. He'll have Falcon with him, and I feel like Patriot will be along as well. That's how I feel like it'll start with. I feel like he'll be training Patriot. I don't know Patriot in the comics or whatever. Does the super soldier serum get passed down through DNA, like through your bloodline?
In the
Like
comic,
your
that's not how it works.
Okay,
He would-
because
he
I was
would
wondering
take,
if it like will he get innate super strength?
He would basically
Like, would he
take
have it?
performance enhancement drugs. That's what he would do. Basically, that's how it was.
Oh, okay. I mean, I wonder if they'll change it to where like his grandfather, I guess, has it, so maybe it'll pass down.
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
know.
in the comics he gets like the powers through a blood transfusion from his grandfather or something crazy.
It was
like
a
that.
drug he was taking. I forget the name of it. It was like
I thought it was the drug, the blood transfusion too.
no. Give me a second. I'll tell you right now.
Cause I remember being confused, thinking that it was just from
Maybe later. It
his
was.
like being the blood. Yeah, and that's the thing. It could have gotten retconned. I would.
You know, in the beginning, it's not how it started.
On Wikipedia, it says after receiving a blood transfusion from his grandfather, Eli develops genuine super soldier abilities.
Well, that's not how it starts, right?
I mean, they could just go the route of She-Hulk. Gets a cut in the cut, in the cut, in the cut, and then boom, I got your shit.
Oh, that's after. That's after. Okay.
I hated that. I just want to throw that out there.
The blood transfusion, I at least understand that. The whole my blood spilled into your blood thing was kind of like, of course, sure. That's what happened.
I made
That's
at
what I'm
least
saying. I hate
I
it.
thought that
like
was plausible.
I would like it if he develop abilities just like a certain like he starts all of a sudden having super strength or something.
Does
It
that
just
make
came
him
from
a
the bloodline.
mutant then?
Sure.
Oh
Why
God! Well,
not?
I mean,
Yeah,
the
why not?
MCU is looking
Why
like
not?
everything might be mutant based.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, he got the transfusion after the fact, but he was using an MGH formula that would give him powers like a super soldier. But it was affecting him mentally. But eventually, he got a blood transfusion. I don't know. They don't tell you why. but
I wonder, was it just so he doesn't have to take those drugs anymore?
Probably. He's like, is there more long term thing I could do?
His granddad was like,
Yeah,
look, we need to get you off
long-term
those
way.
drugs. We need to get you off of those. I got something for you.
I'm gonna give you that
Granddad
good
was
shit.
like-
Don't you worry.
That's what I think. I don't think he's gonna bring like a big team, and I just think he's gonna keep the way that he has.
All right, so let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about let's talk a little DC. We've been talking a whole bunch of Marvel. Let's talk a little bit of DC. Trevon, I just sent it to you for you to put it up. We got to look at, what would you call this, Joel? Is this a promo for the Flash movie? What would you call this? That got leaked.
no, what happened was it's stock footage they found. Like those images are real. It's just the way it's put together that was fake. Like that.
Got you. So those are all shots from the Flash movie.
Yes, they got it somehow. Those
Promotional
shots are
stills, probably.
right. They're promotional stock
Gotcha.
footage from the movie, but the way it's assembled was put together by somebody.
Got you. Okay. And that's not bad how they put it together. That's not bad at all. I wouldn't be mad if they did something like that, actually. It does not look bad. It's just very interesting that that it released the way that it did. Because I swear when I saw it, I was just like, "Oh, this is fake. Let me ignore it."
That's because it's the way it came out. It was that site that put it together, and
Right.
that's how they presented it to us, and that's what it was spread that way. But they got the images and put it together. That's what it is.
Got you. Trevon, you got it? I sent it to you.
Yeah.
I just sent it to you too, to you.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a good. It's our
Are
look
we
at
not
Michael.
pulling it up on the screen?
No, Trevon's
We
putting it
just-
up.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike's like, the fuck are we doing here, guys?
We're all looking at our phones.
There we go. So obviously you see Michael Keaton there, Sasha Kaye, and then the two Ezras.
That looks
Again.
awful.
So bad.
It's not this isn't real. Like Joel said, it's somebody that put it together. So think of it more so as individually rather than put together.
Yeah.
I
So,
still dislike
you know,
it individually.
Both Batman and the other Flash are hitting a lean.
Hey,
Like, yo,
first of all,
What
time
do they
out.
have Keaton
Time out.
doing?
Time
They
out.
can't
Hold
do-
on.
You can't
Hold
do
on.
Keaton like that.
Time out.
That's not.
We're not gonna disrespect because Keaton is letting you know I squabble still. I'll fuck you up, right?
No,
So
That's
I'm not
Keaton.
trying to disrespect, but like it's him
Like-
and the Flash both kind of like leaning down into it. I'm like, I don't know. This is an odd assortment.
again, I
Definitely
will
looks
say,
like it could have been
I will
AI
say
generated.
this. I will say this. Looking at the Keaton and Flash thing, again, picture what it probably actually is individually. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks
Juwaan.
disjointed here because it should
I
be
like the
put together.
personality of the Flash in the back.
What you're missing, Juwaan, is that it still looks awful, even if
Yeah,
it
looks like an idiot.
individually.
To me, I can't say that till I see what
Looks
their
like he's having
structure
fun.
was of it individually. That's what I'm trying to say. Because to
Do
me,
you
whatever
not like
they were
the
trying to
poses?
do with it,
You know what it is?
I guess that's what y'all are saying. Y'all don't like the poses or
Or
the
the
All they had
smiling
to do
or
was flip Batman the other way,
happiness
so that way it's
was-
like leading lines into the middle. Whoever designed this did not know graphic design. I'm gonna say that.
That's fair, but we can't argue
Yeah,
that because this isn't
that's
officially
100%
DC.
fair.
So that's what I'm saying. Don't put too much into it because this isn't from DC. This is fan made, but the actual poses and stills, I guess, are
Right.
actually legit. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's not look too
But
much
it's a good
into
look at the newer suits. Like if you wanted, to,
right.
If that's what you're looking at. If not, then
The designer
they
for
left
this
shit-
is going to be watching this and be like, "Man, screw you guys! I put a lot of effort into this."
Everybody misses at some point. All right.
not that serious. I think Batman looks cool.
I think Batman looks fine.
Yeah.
I think if anything, I'm upset they couldn't find anything from Ben. Who the fuck is Ben?
I don't
So-
think there's nothing wrong with
Nothing
Batman.
against
It's just
Batman.
like if they just flipped his image, it would feel more balanced. Right now, it's like, whoa, what's going on? Why are we all?
That's
where are
what
we
you take
looking?
from that?
Listen,
Take
I
from
went,
Batman
Jamie's
just
looking
ripping
at
the
it
fuck
like-
somebody up.
journalism school, and I took a graphic design class for 2 days. Okay,
I can
I am
tell.
practicing the things I learned.
I can tell because I'm
2
like,
days,
Jamie
I
is
love it.
only looking at this from somebody who deals with Photoshop. Because yes, it's annoying, but that's not the main focus of this image.
Right.
I
Um,
will say, though, now that you brought it up, I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it.
Anyway,
the line is
the
killing
reason-
me now.
The reason why I wanted to bring it up is for us to talk about us getting a better look at the suits we will see heading into the movie. Personally, I like the more update to Keaton's suit. I really do. Look, I don't really care what anyone has to say about this movie, anything around this movie. That fucking Flash suit looks great. The one in the middle looks fucking great. Huge props to Andy Muschietti and that entire team. That suit just looks great for me. It really does. The one on the side I'm not paying attention to. Joel, we were saying there's a rumor that version might even possibly turn out to be like Reverse Flash or some shit like that.
The fuck he look like that for then? Yeah.
Because if he looked like the one in the middle, wouldn't that kind of be a dead ringer that this
No, I
wrong?
just look at his face and I just want to punch him. I just look at his dumbass smile.
We'll
That
say
is
though,
what
the one popping out is more accurate to how he was acting in the movies we saw him in previously. The one in the middle seems like he kind of conquers some shit to gain some kind of confidence. But the one on the side is the one we've seen since Snyder created the
And
Snyder
I
DC
wanted to
universe.
punch him then too.
Well, that's I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying there is a consistency to him smiling that hard.
Can you imagine AJ meeting Ezra Miller and just like you reap what you sow, punch him right in the face?
Please do. Please do.
Anyway,
For the world.
Let's get off of that. What are our thoughts on Sasha? She'll be debuting a Supergirl. What are our thoughts on her suit?
I
I
love it.
like it.
I
I really
love
do
it.
like that suit.
It's a nice suit, right?
Yeah, well, that's the one that looks, and that's my problem with a lot of comic book suits. At least in the movies, they look too armorized. Hers looks like the least like body armor.
Right,
Hmm.
right.
Mhm.
Hers
Yeah,
actually
bullets
looks
doesn't pierce
exactly
her
like
anyway,
Henry's. To be fair, Didge, hers looks exactly like Henry's.
It does.
Well, it has
That's
similar
fair.
material. Not exactly, obviously.
No. I mean more so because we know Henry. There's no padding really in it. He's really just that's Henry. So when I look at hers, it looks the same. Like it's just form fitting.
It's not
like it's very
padding,
form
but
fitting.
it is molded.
Sure, but I do think
It's
there's
muscle,
form
to be
fitting to
fair. It's not like fake
It's
muscle.
just
Those
always
are his
weird
muscles.
to me to see the armorized ones. Like Batman's his makes sense. I understand why his is armor.
Right.
Always makes sense to have Batman in armor, but like these Flash ones, even they just look like too much body armor to me.
Well, that second
The
Flash
one in the middle.
Both of them do, and I don't know. The one in the
Really?
middle looks at least. I think it could be the highlights that are throwing me off a little bit with the one in the middle, but they both just look like very armorized.
If you look at the teaser, the Flash in the middle's suit actually looks more organic.
That's what I'm
than-
saying. Yeah,
than
that's
what-
why I was shocked you thought that of the one in the middle. Because to me, that's the one that's definitely not
basing it off these
armorized.
pictures.
Well,
Oh,
then
okay.
you-
I got you.
Look,
Okay.
the one on the side with the stupid smile.
Yeah, that
that's
one
a-
looks armorized.
That's a Batman suit.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed,
That's
Yeah.
right. I remember.
I was gonna
remember
say
them
because
saying-
So repainted Batman
'cause-
suit.
right?
like even the neck area and everything looks
Yeah,
very
it's
like
just
Batman.
You can see they cut the ears
He
off.
even
up
cut the
top.
ears off. Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Uh,
I think her costume though looks cool. I like the neck design and everything like that. I mean, it's a
Colors.
nice like super. Oh my god, Supergirl, right? She's
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
Supergirl. Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
I think it's a nice Supergirl costume. I love her hair in it. It's nice. It's like a well done female version of Henry Cavill's Superman outfit.
Yeah, I'm completely with you on that. I just, like I said, I can't wait to see what she brings to this role, regardless if it's utilized going forward or not. It's just seeing what she brings to this role. Because obviously at some point it was so good that they were willing to just move forward with only Supergirl. So it's like, I can't wait to see what Andy saw in bringing her in to be Supergirl. And this suit is a great start for me. So I just can't wait to see it all put together. But like I said, I like all these suits. I really do. I liked what I saw from Batman's suit from the Batgirl set photos that we saw. It doesn't look drastically different from that. So again, and I might just be a little biased, and I just like Keaton being back for this limited time.
And I think that's fair. I think that's
I just
fair.
like him back. And like I said, the silly looking Ezra on the far side, we know that there's two Ezras, and one of them ain't who he's supposed to be. I'm assuming. So to me, I'm focusing on the one in the middle, and that shit looks badass. Especially when you watch the teaser and the eye visors come down. Like a lot of the details of that suit that they show you in that teaser just looks really, really, really good. And I can't wait to see kind of what pans from it. But Trevon, I haven't heard you much. What are you thinking of these looks?
I mean, they look cool. You know, she's gonna be flying, so I'm here for it.
Trevon with the flying.
You know, she's already up there floating above them. I love that. Keaton.
Wait,
sure.
Did you say she's already there floating above? They don't fly, Trevon. Of course she's floating above them.
I'm just.
That's her whole thing. She flies.
This is for me, okay? Her up there like
I got you. I'm sorry.
Like, please give me my time, sir.
I got you. I'm sorry.
I like the flash in the back. I like the attitude he got back there. It's like having some fun. Hey, I don't know.
I just think it's consistent to who that character has been. So that's the only reason why it doesn't bother me is I've just seen it since its inception. That's how silly he's always been.
Yeah.
So I don't see it as like
I
it's
enjoyed that
a huge swerve or anything.
Yeah. Keaton. Yeah. And the one in the middle, cool. You know, I'm happy. You know, the suits look cool, lighting up and stuff. You know, yeah. Good for him.
I'm gonna say this: if you want me to be nicer to Batman and Robin, you show some goddamn respect to Michael Keaton.
But
when
you
talk
slander
about him.
Batman and Robin every chance you got.
But I never slander the Batman of that Batman and Robin, do I?
Yes,
No, I do. No, I told you before. I had no problem with Clooney. Clooney was not my issue. It was the shit they made that Batman do that was my issue, Trevon. That's what I said. You show some respect to Keaton. Look at him, ready to beat somebody's ass. You want to be next? Huh? You want to be who he's squabbling in front of?
I hope they do some callbacks.
Sliding. I thought he was doing one of these.
I hope they do some callbacks and
like
bring up a little bit of stuff from Batman and Robin in here. Boy, I'm gonna rub that shit.
He looks like he's from Street Fighter.
If they do anything,
Trevon,
they want anything here to reference that movie. I swear.
They want this movie to make money. They will not utilize.
They don't have to do a lot. They ain't got to do a lot.
They won't utilize any. What? There's no bat nipples. There's no bat credit card. There's no bat ice skates. So what else do you think they'll implement in this shit?
We don't know about the bat ice skates yet.
We'll see.
There will be no goddamn bat. Oh, you know what, Trevon? I'll relent this to you.
Okay.
He might bring home a 45-year-old Robin. That might be what he does, and that might be accurate to what you got with Man and Robin. There you go. There you go. They might give you that.
He was not even that old. Why are you playing like that?
He was called Robin, and first of all, he was Nightwing, calling himself Robin, and he was a grown-ass man. A drifted grown-ass man. Make me sick. Anyway, Mike, you know Bruce got mad points using that credit card. Yeah, great credit. My only issue is, where did they mail that card to? Like, how did he get it? Where did he pick that shit up from? That's my issue. That's my issue. Where did they mail it?
They went to pick it up.
And you don't think that raised any flags? No flags. No flags at all.
Nope.
None.
Credit word.
Okay.
Credit
He
word.
could have made it himself.
Credit word different back then. You know.
So y'all are telling me that Batman established credit. It's what you're trying to tell me. That he put Batman as a name, first and last.
Yeah, it's all.
It was a debit card. It was a debit card.
I hate y'all. I hate y'all. I hate y'all. It's okay. I hate y'all. I hate y'all. No, Batman would never do that shit. It's redundant. You're already rich as Bruce. Why would you need to layer that with now having money as Batman?
No, you're overthinking it. He opens up a bank account and then he just wires money from Bruce's account to Batman's account.
But why? Why not just use it as Bruce? Why would you need money?
Can't be pulled out Bruce's credit card.
Why are you spending money as Batman?
What if he
hungry,
needs like
man.
coffee during the night stakeout or something?
Then you go get it as Bruce Wayne. Why are we having this conversation?
No, this is better. Okay, what if he runs
Listen.
into a homeless person or a kid that looks like, you know, they can do the right
they
thing. They just
credit?
need an opportunity. He pulls out some cash from the ATM and said, "Here, kid, don't do crime." There you go.
Can
That's
you
why
imagine-
Batman need cash.
Can you imagine
needs
Batman
cash.
just giving Jason Todd cash after he's stealing the tires off the Batman? That's the end of that
He
interaction.
never becomes Robin. He just invests the money, becomes wealthy. It's like, that's what I wanted for you. That's what I wanted. I hate you guys, and you're making me dislike Batman. So let's move on. Jamie, any more? Oh, Tia, go ahead. Go ahead, Tia.
Oh, I just wanted to say that I'm actually hopping off and everything because I start a new job tomorrow, so I gotta wake
Congratulations,
up early.
Tia.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Money.
But I just want to say thank you all for having me on. It was really great to just be podcasting with you guys again. And I hope to be back next week.
Absolutely. We'll see you next week, Tia.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Bye, guys. Happy New
Bye.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right, so let's bring up Trevon. Let's bring up the other one. Let's talk Batgirl because I'm sick of talking this
I mean,
piece. I'm sick of it.
sure.
Y'all have ruined it for me.
I didn't even say a thing about these
sliding around
suits.
the
but
Y'all
all right.
have ruined it. Yeah, Mike, you've made me upset with the Batman spending money as Batman. I can't
Look,
continue this conversation.
Juwaan, just think of it this way. You remember Batman the animated series?
Yes.
Remember the tradition that he and Gordon have of every New Year's Day
Coffee.
they go get coffee.
It was always
Yes.
on Gordon though.
That's what I was about to say. Gordon always paid for it, and Batman said, "You know, I'm good for it."
Do you remember Justice League Unlimited?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember
He
the
had to stay up.
episode where Batman couldn't go to sleep because that villain was like taking over the dream space?
Yeah.
And Batman has to go buy coffee to keep himself up at night. And he pulls up to like Starbucks and he goes and says, "Give me all the coffee you have."
Yes.
He needs
With
money.
cash, though.
Trayvon, just bring up the picture of Batgirl.
It's up there already.
Is okay, Mike. Please bring it in. Please bring it in. Okay.
No,
All
I
right,
still
Mike.
have a point to make here.
Oh my god.
My point is, do we want Batman walking around with a utility belt full of cash, or do we rather him just have a credit card? That's all I'm saying.
I don't want Batman spending money at all. That's really as simple as I can make that. Batman should not be spending money. That's it. Bruce Wayne spends some money.
What if he wants to grab a meal with Batgirl, like right here? I'm just saying.
Then you tell Batgirl, go take the cowl and shit off, put some street clothes on, and take my Bruce Wayne credit card
That takes a lot
and
of
go
work
buy
for
it.
them.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a lot
kind
of
of
work
a
for them to take that
hassle.
suit off. You know,
Hey, well, fuck it.
they're not
You got
Superman. They
into it.
can't take it off real fast. You know,
It doesn't matter. You got into it. You get out of it. The fuck?
no.
You don't go around as just Batgirl every day. Anyway,
Listen, if I'm Batgirl and he told me to take the suit off, I'm like, all right, but it's not coming back on tonight. That's it.
that's
I'm not
fine.
putting it back on.
That's fine.
Like,
That's fine. Because Batman would say, Juwaan don't want me spending any of my bat bucks, so you got to take one for the team. Take the shit off. Go do it. Yeah, no bat bucks.
No. I'm taking it
Anyway.
off, and then I'm running the card up. Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
It's
Yeah,
going on.
yeah, that's fine. The man has more money than imaginable. That's fine. You run
Yeah,
that
we're
shit
gonna
up.
test that. We're gonna test that.
Anyway, I'm glad that this is easier to put money or a credit card in a utility belt. I'm just saying. Well, to know that he puts fucking batarangs in his utility belt, I don't really think there's an issue there. I think we're splitting hairs here. Those batarangs are not small.
Credit cards.
I just don't like the
So,
idea of the rich paying their own bills. That's what it really is. Why does Gordon have to treat him to anything? I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. Am I making your life easier by individually saving the town? I think you can cough up $1.50 for my fucking coffee. You're okay.
Where are y'all getting coffee for $1.50?
Anyway, it's Gotham. Okay, shit is cheap out there because don't nobody come out. Anyway, this Batgirl suit I think is great. I'm glad that it got released so we know that there was a secondary suit to come from this movie. It looks perfect. I thought they nailed the original suit, and then they doubled down by just completely nailing this suit. Only thing I can say is that I hope James Gunn sees this and chooses to bring her back, because it's kind of just like not seeing this at all is just very frustrating because it looks perfect.
It sure is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really think you could have nailed a Batgirl costume any better than this. So for me, I really do hope she gets another shot at Batgirl where we can see her in this said suit. But AJ, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on this suit?
It's a great suit. I'm happy for people that wanted to see this. I don't really care. That's it.
That's fair. I like it. Short and sweet.
it.
I like it. That suit's an option in Gotham Knights. Oh, it is?
an option in Gotham
There's one
Knights,
that's
yeah.
similar to that, yeah.
Okay. Mike, I'll go to you. What are your thoughts on this suit?
I hate it. I like the first suit better. I'm sorry.
What?
It looks too
Strong
cheap.
word.
It looks cheap, but you prefer the one that you know that she made for a cheap?
Because I know that she made it and that it's supposed to look like that. This one looks like it's trying to be an Avengers-like suit, and it looks cheap. I'm sorry. It looks like,
What?
no offense to the Power Rangers, it feels like a Power Rangers-esque suit.
What is going on?
Hold
What is
on.
going on?
Trevon,
I'm so tired
that
of
shit.
it. What is like?
That
What
shit.
is this?
Relax.
Y'all got
Get him,
that's
Trevon.
compared to now.
Get him, Trayvon. Let him know.
Power Ranger suits are
Mute him,
skin tight.
Trayvon.
They have no armor.
Have y'all seen
That is
the
also
movie?
true.
Have y'all seen the movie?
I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about
Yeah. I don't think any
1990s
of us
Mighty
should talk
Morphin
about
Power
that.
Rangers. The movies look great. We've talked about that before. I love the Power Rangers movie. But I'm just
I
saying,
don't remember saying that, but okay.
this looks just weird, plasticky, and rubbery, and I don't like it. That's
It's also
my opinion.
It's also just
Out
the
of
still
context.
though, and not how it
Right.
looks when they do all of the coloring and
That's what I'm saying. When you ask it, but again, the only reason why I'm not pushing back on Mike is my question was about this, right? So he can only speak on this.
yeah, no fair.
Now, if he showed us a still, like a finished still of it, and he felt the same, then that's different. But I'm asking him about this, so if that's his opinion on that, I completely respect it. I have no arguments. I'm just saying, to me, the fact that you got both suits accurately, you know what I'm saying? We see people that have to go like 6 movies before you get an act. I mean, shit. Captain America, the first 2 times we saw him, the suits were just like, oh, y'all struggling out here. It took Winter Soldier for me to go, All right, yeah, y'all heading in the right direction with this shit. Okay, because y'all
Yeah.
scaring me for a second. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I have no arguments, no problem, Mike.
It's just kind of frustrating because this isn't like an official image, so it doesn't have the great lighting and all the stuff that we're used to if we got a proper look at the suit.
Mhm.
But then you look at set photos of Blue Beetle, and it's like that looks 1,000 times better. Granted, the budget for that movie also got way higher than the Batgirl movie ever did, so you have to remember that too. But I just prefer the first one because I feel like the first one, it's perfect for what that version of the character was going for. And this one, it's going for the more armored look. And if you don't get it right, you just don't get it right for me.
So you don't even at least give it the accuracy of what you think it could have looked like if finished.
I mean, I still prefer the old suit. So I like.
Oh, no.
My point
I get you.
it feels like a step backwards. So it got the colors right. Yay.
Even the cowl looks I love it. I don't know. I just love everything about it. I really do. And I still got to go back to giving the directors a lot of credit for essentially making her a redhead. Like that, just the small things were just like, they really cared about this character. And for me, I love both suits. So I have no argument with you because I loved both. But this felt like this would have been a dope ass way to end that movie is with this fucking suit. Didge, I'll go to you next. What are your thoughts on this suit?
I really like it. It makes me sad because I didn't want to see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice to see the suit, and I do agree with what you said. I do hope that James Gunn or whoever sees this and goes, we can actually do something with this.
Right.
And we get a chance to just see some version of it, like in live action moving forward.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I don't know when you could do it because her age fit with the age of that Batman, of Michael Keaton's Batman.
Yeah.
So if he's looking to make everybody within their first 2 years, I don't know how she fits in that. So that's where it gets a little murky, but
true.
You know, who knows?
Reimagining her story.
Huh?
Do it. She could still fit. Just reimagine, just a whole new story for her, or something.
No. I'm saying that Batman is within his first 2 years. Batgirl wouldn't have shown up before Robin did.
Oh, true.
So I'm saying she'd be kicked down the line.
I mean, have you seen the Batman animated series?
Yeah.
You're talking about first, right?
Yeah, that is true. And I did appreciate them doing that. But because I still to this day feel as though you haven't done Robin properly, start with Robin. So maybe down the line you can bring her back in. But just start with Robin for accuracy's sake. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we don't know what DCU Batman is gonna look like. So, what if he is 35, already has Robin and Batgirls in the movie? You know, like we keep throwing the idea around of the Bat family existing. Like they can just be older.
Well, then if they do that, then I'm completely wrong. But I'm going out for the fact that if it's Superman supposed to be within the first 2 years, I kind of figured.
What do we get in this first 2 years thing?
Well,
that's what he said. He said it was
that's what he said.
Superman. And his
he said
in his tweet when
he said
I thought he said early.
Younger.
I thought he said early. Okay, well maybe I was wrong.
We're getting specific years. I'm like, I don't remember that being specific.
Okay,
younger version. That's all.
Younger years. Okay, first 5 years.
All
Still,
right,
I want you to start with Robin.
Well, it's just that
it didn't change anything. Still want you to start with Robin.
Superman, he just said younger than Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's almost 40, so younger than Henry Cavill can still be 30. It's all I'm saying. And
but that's what I said. If that's what they do, then I'm wrong, and it fits. That's what I was saying. If that's what they do, that's fine. But it all starts on where they're looking to start Superman at. Once we see that, then I think we can kind of piece together where everyone else is going to start from.
Depends.
I don't think you jump around.
Batman? Do you like Batman older than Superman? Do you like Superman older than Batman?
I don't like them that far from each other. I don't need them that far from each other.
Okay. You just don't,
especially
care, as long as it's not drastic.
Yeah, it just doesn't need to be drastic.
Yeah, because
that's what I'm saying.
You can make Batman 10 years older than Superman. I don't think anybody would even notice.
Because the DCEU Batman
That's
was
all.
way older than what that Superman was supposed to be. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want that again. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I mean. That Batman was like 20 years in. Like, wow.
That's what I'm saying. I'm fine if they're
Now
5
you
years
wanna start
apart.
the universe?
Yeah, I'm like, if they're 5 years apart, great, cool, no problem. But when you start getting like, I've been doing this for 20 years. Bitch, I started yesterday. What? Like, that's a long goddamn time. So no, I don't want that. I just went to Didge, right? Didge, I went to you. You're
Yeah.
giving your thoughts? Okay. Trevon, what are your thoughts on this suit?
I mean, I think it looks cool. You know, I just look at it. It's just sad for her and the directors. I'm just like, this sucks.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm with
and
you.
I also when I saw the picture, I was like, she ain't gonna get sued or nothing, is she? Like, just like when I see stuff like this, I'm like, you playing with fire a little bit, ain't you?
Hey,
I'm like,
as long as it ain't footage,
yeah, that's what I was hoping. I'm like, yeah.
to me, I'm thinking, and again, I think if you're David, I think the least you could do is allow her to post photos from the movie, since you kind of,
Yeah.
threw away her movie.
Yeah.
Like, the least you could do is let her reminisce a little bit. I think that's the least you could do. I think those are chicken fingers. I think, or either mozzarella sticks. I think someone said.
I don't know what the fuck.
I look kind of good.
It does. And look how happy she is.
Yeah, she's like,
so
oh,
so
snap.
fuck-
It's chicken finger day, boy.
It just reminds me of the episode of Community where it's just like it's chicken tenders day.
I love that callback, Mike. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm with you, Trevon. My heart does go out because, like I said, the care it seemed like the directors had for crafting this character.
Yeah.
You never want to see that go to waste, especially when you see superhero movies where it's like, oh no, don't read a comic book. I don't really give a fuck what the character looks like. None of that. Just make the movie. And it's like,
Why don't
you
just
like it
call
when
out
people
Bryan
care.
Singer, man. You ain't
I
got
could
to
have
fight
said
it.
him by name. That's fine. I could have said him by name. You're right. So to me, when a director cares, that means something extra for me. Jamie, what are your thoughts on this suit?
Kind of echoing some of the same. I do feel bad that the movie, at least as of now, has not seen the light of day. I do like the suit. It definitely makes me think back to like what DJV was saying, Gotham Knights, and kind of picturing it in that kind of lighting setting, as kind of like the more finished version, I guess. And yeah, I think it would have been really a cool reveal and a nice little step up from what her first suit was.
Yeah, me and Joel, we were laughing at it. We went to dinner yesterday. We were laughing at it. We were saying, we were curious, like, is this like an end of the movie suit reveal where she's defeated Firefly and she meets Bruce or Batman, sorry, and he makes her this suit, and then she does her whole pose on top of the gargoyle and everything, or maybe they pose together, like, because I would like to give Barbara credit for making this suit on her own, but part of me just kind of has to believe that if Batman was in this movie, Batman had to have had the suit made, right?
You want to know what happened, Juwaan?
Go ahead.
Alfred made the suit for the
Makes
third act
sense.
of the movie because it's a callback to Batman and Robin, the most iconic Batman movie of all time.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna bring up the Bat credit card.
All right. On that note, I'm out of
topic.
here.
Yeah, AJ, I'm out of here too. I had one last topic before we got out of here, but now I don't even feel like it. I'm disgusted. We're gonna get off
Good night,
air.
everybody.
We're just gonna get right off air. and
That's
ended
all,
here.
folks.
No, but all jokes aside, last thing I want to go over, because I thought it was kind of interesting, and I'd like to kind of get you guys' thoughts on what you think might fill this vacancy. But James Gunn did say that there is no event planned by Warner Brothers Discovery to reveal their DC plans. So are we taking that as, a San Diego Comic-Con presence, like a heavy presence? Or are we taking that as James Gunn might just leave breadcrumbs throughout the year of like, this is happening, and then this is happening, and don't bring shit like this up. Let's bring that back down. Thank you. But I'm curious what you guys take from that. AJ, I'll start with you. Even though technically that comment is legit. That was a beautiful ass suit up scene. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. That's Alicia Silverstone back in the day. I ain't gonna hold you. But AJ, I'm gonna start with you. When do you think we'll start getting this information? Do you think it'll be a San Diego Comic-Con thing? Do you think maybe Fandom is something that's not on their minds now, but maybe later? How do you think this is going to go about? We get our accurate information of the DCU.
Hopefully, this is my hope.
Mm.
I hope that it is during San Diego Comic-Con, but I'm betting that it's going to be sprinkled throughout the year. So that's
now, is your comment about San Diego Comic-Con because you're going to San Diego Comic-Con?
Yes.
Gotcha.
I'm with AJ. It's for selfish means, you know. You want to get the hot scoops.
Well, because I'm not going, I will hope that it's at New York Comic-Con. Because we never get good shit like that.
More than likely, it'll be San Diego.
We never get good shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
All the good shit usually comes out before that point, and then we get the leftovers like the shows and shit. We never get that movie
I will
shit.
say this as someone who was at both Comic Cons, New York definitely has better food, so y'all at least have that.
That means very
starving.
little.
At
I
least.
will go starving.
No. Listen,
If
you
I
can
can
find
see
all
James
this
come off
information
the
on the
stage.
internet. When you are there for hours, you need to eat, you need to drink. I can find all the information on the
There's a lot
internet.
of good food in it. It's just expensive, so like.
Nah, I would trade that in to see James Gunn walk the
was
New York Comic Con
ridiculous.
stage.
That's the first time I ate there, I think, right?
That was the first time we ate there, yeah.
That shit was
crazy. We need to talk about it. I need to know what kind of food. Yeah.
That New York Comic Con has?
Yeah.
I ate
all kinds of food.
Trevon.
It's New York, Trayvon. It has all kinds of food.
Sounds exciting now.
Because you get vendors and shit, so it's all kinds of food.
San Diego didn't even really have vendors. They literally had a cafeteria style. Do you want a hot dog or do you want a hamburger?
Jamie, you get to see Kevin Feige. All right, I don't want to hear what food you couldn't get.
I didn't even get to see that. All right, so I
will
was
trade in all my food to see Kevin Feige walk a New York Comic Con stage. I'll trade it all. I'll go hungry. I'll starve. I don't care. I want it. I need it.
Yeah, candy apples.
Did you say candy apples?
That's what I said.
October is heading into like
winter.
Like
what? Seasonal.
I love candy apples.
I mostly cinnamon pretzels from Auntie Anne's while I was there. That was good. They had some good cinnamon pretzels.
I mean, what are we doing here? I'm gonna pass it.
We're talking about important things.
We are not. Okay. I need James
banner change at the bottom.
Listen, the picture of the chicken fingers made me hungry.
Yes. I hate you so much, Mike. All right, Didge. Where do you think, Didge, we can get some information out of James Gunn this year?
It's likely going to be San Diego Comic-Con. I was trying to see what other major cons would be before that, and that's pretty much it. They don't announce shit at C2E2, so there's not going to be there.
You know what? To be fair, C2E2 used to be the hot spot for Star Wars. So they decided to do the Star Wars celebration shit on their own. And then that's when C2E2 was just like, well, fuck us, right? Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you, appreciate that. That used to be the whole thing for C2E2. Because I remember always wanting to go there, and then it was like Star Wars Celebration. I'm like, now I have a chance. And they're like, oh, no, we don't. No, we can't get in here.
So I think I'm pretty sure it'd probably just be San Diego Comic-Con.
I'm really starting to get nervous that it might fizzle out into James Gunn just sprinkles this shit throughout the year.
He just tweets
like
it
PSA.
out.
It's happening. PSA. I'm dropping shit.
That's how I expect.
So that's my fear, is that we'll get all bundled up, ready for San Diego Comic-Con, and James is like, "Oh, I'm not going there." It's like, wait, I'm sorry, what?
Tweet a thread after Shazam comes out. Boom, tweet a thread.
Well, we know Blue Beetle will probably be at San Diego Comic-Con because it comes out in August. So you're gonna really start to get into the height of that market.
When is that? July what? Like middle July? Is it July?
Early July. Early July.
So you might have
the
Marvels
there. I'm sorry. That's middle of July. Sorry.
So yeah,
I thought it was
the
early.
Marvels might have a presence there. Blue Beetle.
Yeah, Blue Beetle. Well, for DC, Blue Beetle will definitely. Aquaman.
I think those are. I think it'll be like San Diego Comic-Con will probably be the same as last year. Really, like dead.
Yeah.
For DC, because they're not gonna. You know what? You'll get the big shit next year when we have like a legit plan. Like, they're gonna sprinkle shit to us all year, but we're not gonna know the plan. We're gonna be like questioning all year, like where does this fit? When is this? When is that? Probably won't tell us when until later in the year, or who knows? You know.
I mean, think about this, right? They blew Aquaman. What? Huh?
No, I said they didn't move Aquaman up and announce.
Oh, I thought you said they blew Aquaman up. I'm like, when did they do that?
I thought he said something else. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, leave it at that. Leave it at that. Trevon would have said that, but leave it at that.
But think about this, Jamie. Though, like because we're all, or a lot of us are expecting San Diego Comic-Con, but obviously it's going to be competing with other things there. Versus if like he decided to just announce it earlier in the summer or something, like, hey, these are, I don't know how he would feasibly have a plan right now, but he just like whatever. These are my thoughts. I don't know.
I'll tell you this,
Jamie. Easily take over a news cycle for at least a week or so.
He has the next 2 to 3 years planned, at least.
They have what did they say was a 10-year plan? They
said they were building a 10-year plan. I don't know if they finished.
I'm sure there's a plan.
I don't know if they finished. No, I agree with you. Plan. I'm saying I don't know if they finished all the 10 years. That's what I was saying about at least 2 to 3. They have definitely finalized of what those first handful of movies. Say it again, Didge.
It's going to be a Tumblr post. That's
no. It's gonna be a Reddit post, and we're gonna never believe it till James Gunn comes out. Like, yeah, that was me.
It's gonna be on Mastodon.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was
Lord, yep, that'd be the place to post it.
Wait, if it's Tumblr, you know what the first post is gonna be. Phase 1, static shot. And that's how we're gonna know it ain't James Gunn. We're gonna go, oh, that's Trevon. Trevon fucking around.
Trevon back on Tumblr again.
That's how we'll know. But no, all jokes aside, like I said, that's just my fear that there won't be any event that they kind of just stand on the stage and kind of just map some shit out, right? Because like Joel said, it might, or Jamie said, I'm sorry, it might to them make more sense to just wait till all these movies come out this year. Right? Drop some seeds and then do something big next year where they can kind of tell you all that shit's gone now. So you don't have to worry about new releases of any shit unless it's ours. Right?
Question.
Yeah.
How long is it? Isn't his contract for like 2 years?
No, it's 4 years.
Is it 4?
It's 4 years with the player option.
By the time the first movie come out, his contract will be ended. So
say it again, Trevon.
I said by the time the first movie comes out that they're making, his contract be pretty much done.
I'm be honest with you. If I'm James Gunn, once I start you off, I might not give a fuck after. Like once I get you going, I might say, "Hey, fuck it, I'm out of here. I started it. You handle it from here."
Like,
I'm joking. They're gonna re-up that con. I think 4 years was a way for James to go. If I don't like what's happening, I'm out.
Also,
right.
If I like what's happening, I'm demanding a raise.
Right, yeah. If I bring responsibility to DC, bitch, I will be king of fucking directing, producing. I will have more money than Kevin. That's probably what he's thinking. I'm getting a max contract. That's what he's thinking right there. He just has to make an all-star game. That's it, Trevon. And that's what establishing a proper DCU will be, is him making an all-star game. Then he gets the Supermax. So that's what he's looking for.
He doesn't understand.
Trevon's like, I don't know. Super Saiyan? What are we saying? The 4 years is more so of Warner Brothers and James kind of going, if we don't fuck with each other after 2, we can start doing what we need to do to dissolve this relationship. But if it works, we'll carry on. But I'm with you, Trevon. It does kind of give you that little chill of like, ooh, it kind of doesn't sound right. Like, it's 4 years. Bitch, you ain't start yet. Like, when does your 4 years initiate? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, once you start getting the movies made, you might be in year 3.
If you wait this whole year for all those movies to come out, I mean,
right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they start filming some movies this year, but
you gotta announce the motherfuckers first. That's what I'm waiting for.
But they should.
Man, if you start secretly filming shit, oh man, that'll give me a nervous breakdown.
That's how it should go. It just never works out that way. We'll hear about castings, we'll hear about production. So he's gonna come out and say, "Yeah, we're working on whatever."
Wait, so you would prefer if movies were shot in secrecy and then just released?
I think most movies would, yeah.
No. Would you personally? Would you prefer?
No,
that?
that's not fun for me.
Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. I don't want that shit. I need to know what's going on.
No, but I think
hell no.
It'd be pretty fire. You go to the movie theater and it's just like coming next summer, and you
That
just
would
see
Like it used to
the
be.
world's finest
You see
logo
it for the
pop up.
first time. Yeah, but there's also something scary in that because again, the reason why I like getting information the way that we do is that for the people that don't like it, it gives them time to either change their mind or realize that what they don't like will not change, right? But seeing it as like it's finalized, boom, done. Here it is. Here's a trailer now. It's like that's a lot to take in all at once. Like picture if Robert Pattinson, we got that news from a trailer. That would have been insane.
But think about it being the Batman trailer that we got. And it's like, oh my God, that is insane.
Well,
but this movie is beautiful.
Yes, but you still would have had people not knowing what to expect because they weren't familiar with Robert Pattinson
But
outside of
none of that, like, oh, ill, it's Robert Pattinson.
Right. You wouldn't have gotten that.
Because
Right.
you saw it, like, that's cool? Holy shit.
I will say it made me forget everything Twilight I saw when that trailer dropped. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Twilight Slander's got the end, okay?
All the what?
The Twilight Slander's got the end as well. All right, thanks.
I don't have Twilight slander. I don't have it. I just don't think I view it the same way you do. I think that's the difference, Trevon. I think because I didn't hate the movies the way that it seems like a lot of America does.
I didn't either.
I just also don't think they were.
I didn't
good
like
movies.
the ending.
I just didn't think they were good movies.
I don't like that they sparkled in the sun. That's the only thing I didn't like.
No, I didn't like that you gave me a badass fight scene on a baseball field only to tell me that shit was a fucking dream.
Yeah,
What the fuck was that? Like, that was the stupidest cinema I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh, I woke up. Oh, what was that? What? What? He was killing mad people and shit.
Like it was kind of
Okay,
kind of
this ain't
cool
so
because
Raymond.
like it just showed you everything that was gonna happen. So don't
Yeah.
even try it, bitch. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I was like, but what the fuck? Like
Yeah, I'm like
oh.
you. First of all, they were killing people off like it was Game of Thrones. I was loving that shit. I'm like,
That's why
hell
I
yeah.
I like
That was
that
pretty
they
dope.
fooled you. Like,
He
oh,
scared.
she's
He
killing everybody.
scared Arrow like Arrow. You sure? Come on. You sure you want to do it? You sure?
I enjoyed that.
You see what's gonna happen to you, right? Okay. All right.
Jamie, you went right. You said
Uh,
San Diego Comic-Con, or did you not go?
Oh, technically, I didn't say. I was talking about the
Okay.
food.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You derailed.
Oh
us.
wait, no,
forgot.
I
Go
did
ahead.
say. I did say. I think like most likely San Diego Comic Con, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he picked a different window where like nothing was really going on in the year, just to like take over for a week and be like, these are the things that I want to have done.
I mean, let's be real. James Gunn's about to interrupt the Super Bowl. Be like, all right, bitches, here's Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. All right, back to y'all game. That's how he should do it. That's how that shit should
Yeah, I
drop.
think you
He's
get a
competing
Super
with
Bowl
Rihanna.
flash trailer.
That's
You
how
get a
that
flash
shit should
trailer,
drop.
That's it.
We know. Yeah, we know. It takes it costs $1 million to put your trailers during the Super Bowl. So yeah, that's
I
all
thought
we're
it was
getting.
more
is
than
the
that.
flash.
I thought it was more than that.
It's probably more now, yeah.
Ain't no way.
And like
Ain't no way it's more than that. And David Zaslav is
I
putting
thought it
that
was
shit
like
on the
7
Super
or
Bowl.
some
Ain't
shit
no
like that.
fucking way. Ain't no way.
Oh,
Ain't no
the
way.
Flash show?
Ain't no way that cheap motherfucker is putting that shit on there for more than $1 million. $1 million, he might even thought twice about it. Yo, we
It's
sure
not
you want to
cheap
do this
to
shit?
put
$1 million.
In 2022, a Super Bowl ad costs almost $7 million.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're not
That's
getting
crazy.
a Super Bowl
Mhm.
for $1 million. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Nah, then somebody put this shit out without David Zaslav. No, this surely ain't coming out during the Super Bowl.
He could pull a Ryan Reynolds, like, you know, this is
Put
a
out.
stock video for an ad for Mint Mobile. Check it out.
He might do that. He might walk on screen during the Super Bowl and go, "Hey y'all, that shit dropped on YouTube." Like, I don't want to pay all this shit.
It's
It
only
dropped
gonna
on
be a
YouTube.
30-second on the Super Bowl, and then be like rest of
See,
it online.
Yeah,
You can't-
for
you
real.
have to pay
Which
money
I
to
never
see it.
understand. That's the
Trevon.
weirdest shit.
It's
This
gonna
is
be
what
Because it
30
costs
seconds.
more. Because it costs more.
This is
why.
what
Right.
you do.
You're
You go to
absolutely
the
right.
Super Bowl and you bring a cardboard sign that says "Check YouTube for DC."
Yes, exactly. Yes,
That's what you
yes.
do.
I mean,
That's it.
remember,
That's it.
remember The Rock? He did like pregame for the Super Bowl last year. All you gotta do is get like some celebrity to be like, go to YouTube and check out the Flash trailer and be done.
Yeah, just get Michael Keaton to open the Super Bowl and be like, "Flash, bitches," and that's it. Then the trailer drops on YouTube. That's it. Boom.
Drop
There you
that
go.
QR
Words
code.
that has a
There was
completely
commercial
different
that had a
meaning, but
QR
alright.
code. Did you guys remember that?
Say it again.
What is
It was just a QR code that came up
Yeah.
last year. during the Super
oh
Bowl.
yeah, for the
Oh.
that was for the
And then you entered you into a
crypto.
contest to win like whatever $1 million. I was like, fuck 'em. I did it by
I was-
accident. I just wanted to see what it did. And I'm like, I'm in. Didn't
I
win
was
shit,
so
but it was
mad.
nice.
I was so mad because like I went through all this trying to scan the stupid code, and it was for crypto.
Yeah.
Make
It
it
was-
interesting next
It
time.
would have been a lot of money. Like,
Yeah.
That $1 million in crypto is probably worth like $8 right now.
Yeah.
Probably.
if you
Oh,
Probably
invest
less than that.
correctly, there's money there. There's money
Depending
there.
on
Just
who
that you
you
need a
are.
lot of it to make money.
Right.
All right, Mike. When do you see this this information from James Gunn dropping?
I feel like everybody's forgetting that he said beginning of the year I'm going to make a few announcements.
He did.
He did say that. So like beginning of the year, that could be like I'm just gonna assume first quarter. So I feel like in the next 2-3 months.
Could be C2E2.
Maybe.
Hell
Didge,
no.
don't get your hopes up. I feel like
Hell
it's gonna be a
no,
Twitter
Didge.
thread.
Hell no, there won't be no damn C2E2.
I have no hopes to get up for this, Mike. There's
gonna
no
be-
way it's gonna be C2E2.
Yeah,
He's gonna drop it on different
We're going
platforms
to
like
do
he's
it
been
too.
doing all his other pictures.
Nah, you know what he gonna do. He gonna create his own app and say, "Yo, join this app. I'm gonna go live here."
You know, just use the the DC Universe app or whatever it's called now, like Infinity, I think, or whatever. Just
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
DC
there you
Universe anymore. I didn't know that.
No, it's called.
No.
You know what? You know what? He might pull a Will Smith and say, "Hey, if y'all subscribe to HBO Max, y'all can see me go live."
Oh,
They have been the last few DC movies, haven't they been like maybe like a week or so after release? Like they'll watch it on Twitter or something and do like a Twitter watch party. There was a watch party on I think on HBO Max. I don't know how that's gonna turn out now that they're like trying to move away from HBO
trying to
Max,
not
but that
be-
would be a good place to like drop something, you know,
It would.
and have
Yep.
people
We're trying to make
subscribe.
money with HBO now, so
Yeah.
they're not doing everything as quick as they used to.
And Joel, you're with me that you think it'll just be sprinkled throughout the year.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be any formal announcement. It'll be
yeah.
probably a tweet. Tweet here, tweet
You,
there.
you, know, you know, we're also not thinking. James Gunn comes from the school of Kevin Feige. I think he might also be in the mindset of, I don't want to do this whole big grandstand for things that I might want to change, right? So it's like I might have an idea on what I want to do, but because I haven't, it's not solidified yet. I might want to change some things. So I don't want to get out here and make an ass of myself, tell you all this shit I want to do, and then like a year later I want to change it.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't want to do what we did last time with DC
Right.
and give you this giant slate and only give
Right,
you-
where it goes
Good.
from Joker and Harley to Birds of Prey, like, doing shit like that. Yeah, you want to avoid
It's
things
supposed
like
to be
that. So.
silent.
And he was also saying
It
that
was
he
supposed to be
wanted
sirens. Yeah,
like games and stuff to be a part of
Yeah.
it,
Games
right?
and
Yes,
animation,
and
and
animation.
All of
animation.
it.
Yeah,
all
of it.
Yeah.
Games and anime. I don't know. That's what I'm most curious
So to
about.
Mike's point, he might fuck around and tell us animation this month.
Yeah.
And then wait for anything else. Like, there's animation.
I mean,
You guys
it might
know
be
that.
like, hey, Cape Crusaders is getting reworked. It's going to be
I
on,
would love that.
you know,
That'd
whatever
be
streaming
awesome.
service it moved to.
Because it
and then
still
boom.
hasn't been sold to anybody yet. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
That
very
should go
frustrating.
somewhere. I mean, they have a deal with Amazon, right, to do their
Right,
animation.
it should go home. Is where it should go.
Amazon has a lot of stuff that they're grabbing.
But they have a deal
Yes.
with Amazon.
Because if you have not
Wednesday
realized
about
this,
to end up there.
Trevon.
Wednesday about to end up there, probably.
Yes, because if you have
Yeah,
not
we can
realized
tell that.
this, Jeff Bezos is a rich motherfucker. He
Yes,
said,
he
"I
is.
want it all. I want it
Damn,
all."
MGM.
He's collecting the Infinity Stones of Hollywood. That's what he's doing right now. That's what he's doing. If this motherfucking can give us a great God of War show, Jeff Bezos might have to get crowned. He might have to get crowned real quick. He might have to. He might have to.
I'm
But
honestly
Go ahead,
surprised
Didge.
that they didn't get NFL streaming. The full Sunday ticket. I'm
Mhm.
honestly surprised that they didn't get it. When they,
Time out,
when they
Didge.
didn't go to Amazon.
it's all part of the plan. Because here's how they about to do it. It's you going on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
You let YouTube spend all that money, then you just buy YouTube for cheap, and now you got them both. That's it.
Yeah.
Good businessman knows that. That's all you got to do.
Now,
That's all you got to do. I just bought YouTube for
Google
half of
ain't
what they
gonna
bought in
let
NFL.
Yeah, I was saying
Google
Google ain't going for that.
Google
Guess
ain't
what?
gonna
I bought Google yesterday. That's what Jeff about to say. I bought Google yesterday. What the fuck y'all talking about? Google
No,
mine.
the
I'm
government
Google.
the government stepping in the minute he said that.
Bitch,
They're
I
like,
bought
no,
the government.
no,
I bought the government.
no, now. You can't have Google now. You
Wait.
can't have Google.
We could buy the government. Microsoft would have done that already. They would have got.
Microsoft. Microsoft ain't up there. Ain't up there like Jeff Bezos. It ain't up there like Jeff Bezos. That's Lord Bezos right there. He got that God money. Come on now. Yeah, 7 steps ahead. Come on now. He about to buy all that shit for cheap. All right, so stay tuned, guys. I told the group chat the wrong day. the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp will be released on January 9th, right, Joel? Or was
During
it
the
6th?
championship, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we will be going live to break down that trailer once it indeed drops. So
Unless
stay
it's a
tuned
good
for that.
game.
I could care two fucks about that game. I will do
He's
that.
not wrong. He's
I will
not
do
wrong.
that breakdown alone if necessary. It'll be me and Trevon in this shit. I have no problems with that. So stay tuned for that because we will be breaking that down. But we got so much stuff in store for you guys in this new year. So please, please, please make sure you guys are subscribed to both our YouTube. Oops, shit. I dropped that. Oh, that's spilling. Okay. Make sure you guys subscribe to both our YouTube and Twitch so you guys are up to date on all things. Oh, I'm sorry, Jamie. Go ahead.
I was just saying because we don't have a subscribe button on Twitch yet, so just follow us on Twitch. Have the
got you. I didn't know the difference. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm like, God damn, Jamie, just like yeah, and do the shit. I'm like, okay. I thought I was saying, but no problem. I'm sorry.
I got you.
But no, yes, please follow till we get more stuff figured out. But we will venture into gaming this year. We'll be doing more breakdowns, more reviews. We will start watch-alongs this year.
Oh.
All right. So we're going to do a whole bunch of fun shit, guys.
More
so please make sure you
anime,
stay tuned.
right? That's what I heard.
Yes.
No, I did not say those words.
Hey, mute him.
Anime. Kick
Mike,
him.
you have
Kick
power.
him out.
Mute him.
I still haven't caught up on Bleach.
So yeah, we're gonna be doing way more anime and gaming this year, guys.
Get him out of here.
We got to get this dude caught up on Bleach and Chainsaw Man. I swear. He's
Oh
failing
my
at
gosh.
life.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man was great.
Joel said don't watch Chainsaw Man because it's a porno, so I'm not watching it.
I mean, the beginning,
Joel
not
said
gonna
that.
lie,
He said-
it's very horny energy. But
I mean,
after
his
that,
whole motive is for
after
sure.
that,
I'm like-
it gets really good.
It was so weird because like he held my hands, looked me in my eyes, and said, "It's just porn, Juwaan." And I said, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch it." So don't
Why
worry.
would he hold your hands and say that to you?
Wow.
First of all,
Like, what's
I
going
thought it was
on?
weird. I don't know why he did that. I don't know. It was the weirdest thing.
first of all,
Give
it's
him
not
power.
porn, Juwan. It's
Not
hentai.
porn.
Second of all,
Yeah.
why is he looking in your eyes? I really need the bottom of that.
I
story.
know, and it's
Please.
so weird because Trevon held my hands and looked me in the
Hold
eyes
on,
and said,
hold on.
"Interview with a vampire is just porn." So
Hold
I'm
on.
like, I don't know how to watch any of these shows that are just
Hold on.
porn. I don't know.
Like, they got
I don't know.
powers. I got them too.
Juwan needs to also realize if he says the P word too many times, this video will get demonetized. So good night, everybody.
How many more times can I say it?
I
No
didn't
more.
keep track. I'm sorry.
more.
5 more?
No,
Can
No
I
more.
say it
No
5 more
more.
times?
I
No
think
more.
we're good.
All right,
I think
so-
we're
Really
good.
not
All
mine.
right.
Relax. Thank you guys for tuning into an all new episode of Much Ado About Nothing. I want to thank Tia, Trevon, Didge, AJ, Joel, Mike, and Jamie for joining me for this episode. I hope to see the same faces back next week. But please, guys, like I said,
Look how
YouTube,
good that game
Twitch. No, next Monday. Is it next Monday?
Yes.
is. National Championship game is on Monday.
Oh,
It's next
well,
Monday.
Yeah, no.
A whole
That-
last week from now.
that will mean nothing to a majority of this panel. So we'll be here. Don't worry, guys. We'll be here next
Oh, yeah.
Monday. Don't
That's
you
for
worry.
sure.
Don't you worry.
It's college.
I made
football.
you constantly doing this.
That's fine. Joel does it when the
I
Knicks
do
are
that on the
That's
regular.
okay. My dad asks me every week, but dad's like, "What is Joel watching?" I said, "Were the Knicks playing?" Yeah, that's what he was watching. Come on now, don't act crazy. But all right, guys, thank you so much. Until next time, peace. And AJ is not the GOAT or Michael B. Jordan.